Good evening and welcome to Cardines Field here in Newport, Rhode Island, where tonight the Newport Gulls get set to take on the North Shore Navigators in an Eastern Division matchup to begin the 2010 season of the New England Collegiate Baseball League. Hello everyone, I'm Nick Lima, broadcaster for the Newport Gulls. As the Newport Gulls get set to enter their 10th season of play here in Newport, they're coming off a miraculous 2009 season in which they won their fourth Fay Vincent Cup and the league championship. No team in NACBL history has ever won the league championship 4 times, and this season they'll go for time number 5 as the Newport Gulls take on the North Shore Navigators in opening night action here at Cardines Field. We have the full pregame show coming up next and a lot more here as the Newport Gulls get set to open up 2010 right here on the NACBL Broadcast Network. Welcome back here at Cardines Field as our Newport Gulls pregame show continues here on opening night 2010. We're joined now by one of the members of our new broadcast team here, entering our 7th season with the Tigers TV crew, Newport Gulls, and NACBL Broadcast Network here at Cardines Field, bringing you Newport Gulls baseball games. I'd like to introduce you to George Bissell. George, how are you doing tonight?
How's it going, Mr. Lima?
I'm doing very well, It's good to have you on board here. And George, we're seeing a lot of you this summer joining me up in the booth, and we'll be hearing some of your play-by-play calls on the road as well.
I'm excited. I'm starting my first season. I know you're in your 7th. This is my first, so this is all new to me. So I'm looking forward to a great year here with the Gulls in Newport.
George, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm the sports editor for the Anchor newspaper at Rhode Island College, and I also am a fantasy football writer for fftoolbox.com. So I have an extensive background in covering sports, but this is my first experience covering baseball. So I'm a little excited to get the season started.
George, you've been looking up into the Newport Gulls history and some of the players right now. What can you tell us that's going to be interesting here on opening night?
Well, you look back on all the great players that have come through here. You've even had guys like Tim Lincecum consider pitching here, 2-time Cy Young winner. Guys like Kyle Hankard have gone on to play in the minor leagues and the major leagues. So you have a storied history and 4 championships already, looking to add a 5th this year. And they definitely have the talent to do it, and we're excited.
So, George Bissell, thank you very much for joining us here. We'll see you back up in the broadcast booth in a little bit as the Newport Gulls pregame show continues next.
Thank you very much, Mr. Lima.
We'll be back in a moment on the NACBL Broadcast Network. Welcome back here at Cardines Field as our Newport Gulls pregame show continues here on opening night 2010. Nick Lehman now joined by Newport Gulls General Manager Chuck Paver for a special edition of the Front Office Report. Chuck, how are you today?
Good, Nick. It's great to see you again. Year 2010. I'm excited.
Not only is it the year 2010, it's the 10th year anniversary of the Newport Gulls since moving to Newport.
That's right, Nick. Do you believe that 10 years has gone by already? In our short history, we've had great success, and it's so hard to believe that 10 years have gone by, and we're excited about getting this year going again.
Chuck, a couple years ago, the Gulls came up with the motto, raising the bar in summer collegiate baseball. That bar has been risen very, very high. 4 league championships, consistent appearances every year in the postseason, and really just a class organization all the way around. There's players all over the country on waiting lists just trying to get here to Newport.
Yes, Nick, it's been a very competitive process that we've built here, only because the demand has been high. You know, we work hard at screening through our players, and we have a great relationship with so many great programs around the country that, you know, we build a great program here by sifting through a lot of kids, and we do our homework, but we're excited every year about getting our kids into town and putting them in our uniforms and being a part of something special.
Chuck, last season, that championship series against Vermont was one for the books. It was a very hard-fought, gritty series, back and forth it went. And in Game 3, the Newport Gulls came through here at Cardines Field in front of a record sellout crowd to win their 4th Fay Vincent Cup. It was truly a magical night.
It really was. I mean, that whole series was very, very good. When we went up there in that second game and we had a chance to close it out, that third strike that we didn't get, you know, and then the way that game ended, like, put a very sour taste in our mouths. But that team came back here. They were so resilient. They didn't think they were going to lose. They came back here in Newport, and they just kept talking about, we're not walking away without winning this. And they did the job, and it was very exciting for them. But that year's behind us now, Nick, and now we build on another memory.
As always, not too many players can come back from year to year, but several players from that 2009 championship squad are slated to come back. David Palms, Jeff Brown, and also Joey Manning, who's seen here tonight in uniform.
That's correct. We got 3 Gulls, I think, returning on the permanent roster that we started here. Jeff Brown, David Palms, and Brad Mincy was another one, but he just recently was scratched from our roster. And Joey Manning was down at home, and he's going to be living up here for the summer. And I asked him if he'd be able to help us out until we figured out what our roster is going to be like, and he agreed to do that for us. And we're grateful to have Joey back. It just brings back some history and keeps everything tight again.
Chuck, with all the rainouts we saw last year, hoping for a lot more sunshine here this year so we're not struggling down the line with back-to-back games. But the Newport Gulls might have to struggle here in the first week or two until all the players do arrive. A lot of temporary players in here right now. There's only about 17 or 18 in uniform.
That's right. You know, Nick, sometimes when you get early rainouts and you have a lot of guys that aren't here, sometimes it's to your benefit. But you know, we're here to play baseball. It's a great day here. I'd prefer this weather than being rained out. And the Gulls are the Gulls. We got good pitching. We got good players. And we'll get it done until the rest of the staff gets here. You know, I mean, we'll compete, and the kids will have fun, and that's what it's all about.
It's been an issue that's become a little more alarming the last couple of seasons with the Major League Draft being moved back, and also with the regional and super regionals being moved back in the NCAA. And, of course, with the season being extended by a few days here with this first Friday in June coming up earlier in the month and giving some more time for those possible rainouts, it's really tough to field a full team here in Newport in the first couple of weeks in the season. Of course, around the league as well, but it always seems to be a big problem here in Newport.
You know, Nick, it's been a real scramble the last week. We've been scrambling to get bodies and uniforms, trying to find the right guys who are local, and we didn't have to fly in somewhere and house. So we've reached out to some local kids, and we've been very fortunate to get some good players and some good kids who want to help this team, even in the temporary capacity. And you know, something that says a lot about what we are and about the kids that we're getting. It's difficult, Nick, but, you know, we'll just wait for our boys to get here when they're done with their regular seasons, wherever they're at. And inevitably, we'll be strong when that whole team gets here.
Who can you tell us about who we could see starting tonight as far as the permanent players in the Newport Gulls roster, particularly in the starting pitching department?
Well, you know, the pitching department, our staff is going to be so strong. Coach Coombs is going to have a difficult time figuring out who's on the front end, the middle end, and the back end. But that's what his job is about. We give him the players, and he has to do the work. Position-wise, Nick, we have a center fielder, Kelleher, who's going to be here. He's our permanent outfielder. We have Caranto at first base as a permanent player. Legg, a shortstop, second baseman, is a permanent player. Our two catchers, Forston and Nugent. And then we have a bunch of temp guys after that who are going to fill the spots, and I'm sure they're going to do a good job for us.
Finally, Chuck, Newport Gulls coaching staff happy to have Mike Coombs as the field manager back here for a sixth season with the Newport Gulls. A couple new coaches as well, and some familiar faces will be helping out here at home.
That's true, Nick. I mean, it all starts with the manager. Mike Coombs is the best manager in this league, no doubt. His record speaks for itself. He's brought our team to the championship, 5 out of 6 years he's been here. He's won 2 of them. His teams do well. He has a great staff to support him. He has guys who are just passionate about the game. Coach Winterroad came all the way from Oklahoma. He's excited about being a part of this organization. We have another coach flying in tonight from Loyola Marymount at 5:40 tonight in Providence. He was actually going to take the summer off, but when I gave him this opportunity to coach here, he just jumped all over it, and we're excited. Then we have Coach Virgilak, who's now the head coach at Rhode Island College, contributing at the home games, prior to games, and just doing what we need out here, hitting fungos and so on. And Johnny Raiola is going to do the same. So we got a strong staff, and I'm excited. You know, this whole organization, just top to bottom, it starts with you, Nick, and everybody else, is why we continue to raise the bar and why we have the success that we have. I'm proud to be a member of this organization as everybody else is.
Chuck, the North Shore Navigators in town tonight. Team the Newport Gulls swept the last season in 6 straight wins in the regular season. And North Shore was then eliminated by Sanford in the playoffs, so Newport went on to face also a tough Ford series. But, of course, it's a whole different season. It's a different team, different ball clubs.
That's exactly right. North Shore is always going to be tough. I mean, we win 6 games against them last year. I don't know. You can come out here this year and lose 6 games. I don't expect that, but this is baseball. It's a new year. We've learned that year to year. Everything's different. So the bottom line, Nick, is they got to come out and play against no matter who we're playing against, and hopefully we have success doing that.
Finally, Chuck, the Newport Gulls with 4 straight games here to start off the regular season. Tonight, Newport Gulls face North Shore. Tomorrow on the road in Sanford, Maine. Again against New Bedford down the street against the Bay Sox on Sunday. Then back here again or at home on Monday night.
That's right, Nick. hey, it's early season. We got a team that's kind of light in personnel, but they'll ride the bus and go and compete with our uniforms on and get us started. Nick, I have always said that June is like spring training and July is the season. As long as we get all those cylinders going by July, I'm a happy man.
Newport Gulls General Manager Chuck Baber, thanks for joining us here in the pregame show. We'll catch up with you in the regular edition of the Front Office Report next Monday and every Monday all season long.
Thank you, Nick, and I'm excited to be back, and go Gulls.
Thanks, Chuck. The Gulls Eye View is next as the pregame show continues on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
Welcome back to the Newport Gulls pregame show. My name is George Bissell. I'm here with the Gulls Eye View. I'm joined by Sam Glenn, the Assistant General Manager of the Newport Gulls. Welcome back, Sam.
Thank you for having me.
So what does this season entail for you as the Assistant General Manager?
Well, I'm coming back this year off, I did an internship last summer. I got promoted over the winter to Assistant GM and Director of Baseball Operations. And, I primarily work with the interns as well as Chris in the baseball operations. I'm in charge of coordinating all game day events on the field, off the field, things like that.
So what brought you back here to Newport for your second season?
I had a great summer in 2009. We won the championship, and I went back to school down in Florida, and I thought about it for a couple months. Chuck gave me a call. He said, I want you to come back. I said, I think about it. And then, I thought about it for maybe 10 minutes. I called him back. I said, Chuck, let's do this. I'm ready to come back. I want to be a part of this again, and I want to win another one. So, it's going to be a good season.
Yeah. So what is it about Newport that makes it so special? Is it the winning? Is it the team, the atmosphere, the place?
I think it's all of the above. The winning is obviously – it's nice, but it's also the organization. Everybody in the organization is top notch, from top to bottom. So it's good to be a part, and I'm proud to be a part of the Gulls.
So we can expect another championship this season. Safe to assume.
Absolutely, put together a phenomenal team this year as always. We built off of last summer with the success we had. Last year we came into it preaching defense, and that's what we think won us our fourth championship here in the NECBL.
Thank you very much, Sam, for joining me.
Thank you.
This has been the Gulls Eye View. I'm George Bissell. Nick Lima is next with the manager of the Gulls, Mike Coombs. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Welcome back here at Cardines Field. Now time for the Manager's Report, joined by Newport Gulls manager Mike Coombs. Coach, welcome back here for a sixth season in Newport.
Thank you, Coach Lima. It's great to be back here. Thank you so much.
Looking forward to that bus ride to Sanford tomorrow. But first, the Newport Gulls have to take on the North Shore Navigators here in the season opener at home at Cardines Field.
Right. It's, North Shore always has a good club, so we're anxious to get it going. Thank goodness we get to start the first one at home and home crowd, so we'll see what happens.
The Gulls swept North Shore in 6 games last year in the regular season series. But, of course, here in the NECBL, 2 completely different teams here from year to year.
Yeah, and you never know what you're going to get. I mean, this year we got some players that are still out and about and not here yet, so we're waiting on them to show up, and we'll just throw what we got.
The starting 9 all new tonight for the Newport Gulls. A half dozen temporary players on the squad right now as well.
Yeah, correct. We do have some temporary guys right now, and that's okay. We just go with those right now and deal with that and see how it goes.
Any chance if any of those temporary players show that they can compete here at this level, that they could stay on for the full season?
Well, if they can do that, I mean, we had Dylan Stone last year, and Dylan came in and did a great job, and we kept him. So you never know. I mean, we do have a lot of kids that are coming in that are very talented, so we'll have to wait and see.
Skip, we last talked to you at the Hot Stove Dinner in January. Prior to that, the last time I saw you was here at Cardines as the Newport Gulls took their 4th Fay Vincent Cup. Recapping that championship series, it really was a back-and-forth series. Certainly a magical 3rd game here at Cardines Field in front of a record crowd as the Gulls took home the championship at home for the first time since 2002.
It was a great opportunity to see great baseball that night, and we were fortunate to be on the winning side of it. And the kids played well, and the fans were into it, and so it just came to a great end. The summer did, and the Newport Gulls were champs, so it was good.
Brand new team, of course, this year. Just a couple players returning. Jerry Manning on right now as a temporary player. You've worked with him before. And David Palms has a start tonight for the Newport Gulls.
Yeah, we're going to throw Palms out there. He's been here before, done it before, so no jitters tonight. First night, opening night, we'll give it to Palmsy, see what he's got.
What kind of pitches does he feature? Has he developed anything since last season?
Well, he's fastball, curveball, changeup kind of guy, so hopefully he'll have the strength to gun it up there a little bit harder. Who knows? You know, he's gotten a little bit stronger, he said, so we'll see.
Now, of course, most of the team members just coming in the last couple of days. When did you arrive here in the City by the Sea?
I got here on the 29th, I think it was. In the morning of the 29th, came in.
So how much of a chance have you had to interact and observe this 2010 squad?
Not much, because we've had kids come in today, yesterday, and the day before, so it's been quick, very quick.
Gulls go back on the road tomorrow for a 2-game road trip to face Sanford and then New Bedford. Come back home on Monday. Busy schedule to start the season, Skip.
It always gets busy, goes quick, and next thing you know, it's playoff time and it's the end of the season. So you just enjoy each and every minute and play hard, good baseball.
Newport Gulls manager Mike Coombs, thanks for joining us here. Yes. Welcome back here for 2010 as the Gulls look for their 5th championship ring here this season. Coach Coombs, great working with you again.
Yes,
looking
sir.
forward to a good season. We'll catch up with you on Monday.
All right, Fedora boy. All right, man.
Thanks, Skip. That's Mike Coombs. Newport Gulls baseball is next here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. And hello once again from Cardines Field here in Newport, Rhode Island, live here on the NECBL Broadcast Network on a beautiful summer evening, or just about summer, as we're still here in spring, but in the early month of June, we're ready for baseball here at Cardines Field in the New England Collegiate Baseball League as the Newport Gulls get set to take on the North Shore Navigators here in Game 1 of the 2010 season. I'm Nick Lehman. I'm joined by James Smythe of the North Shore Navigators and George Bissell of the Newport Gulls here on the NECBL Broadcast Network as the league defending champion Newport Gulls get set to take on North Shore. James?
Well, the North Shore Navigators finished last year 20-21 after a 14-6 start. They finished in 3rd place in the Eastern Division. They made the postseason, but lost 2-1 to Sanford. Out of the coaching position is Jason Falcon, and his replacement is Jeff Waldron. Waldron, a Lynn native, takes over.
Jason Falcon, the veteran head coach, formerly of Holyoke, went with the team to North Shore, now taking position in the front office.
Yes, and Waldron played at Boston College, and he was an all-Northeast region catcher and was drafted by the Red Sox, and after spending some time in the minor leagues in the Diamondbacks and Rangers system, he now finds himself as the coach of the Lynn Classical baseball team, and now he's the skipper for the North Shore Navs.
Newport Gulls have Mike Coombs returning for a 6th season at the helms. Of course, Coombs has brought the Newport Gulls to the NECBL Championship Series 4 times in the last 5 years, winning 2 of those series. In 2005, his first year with the Gulls, and of course last year as well, the Gulls fell to Sanford in 2008 and Vermont in 2007. They dropped out to Torrington. Now, of course, New Bedford in the 2006 round. It's the Newport Gulls and the North Shore Navigators. Game 1 of this 42-game long summer schedule will be underway in just a little bit. We'll be right back as the pregame show continues next with action around the league and much more still to come here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. Welcome back here at Cardines Field. A roundup of other action going on around the NECBL tonight. Of course, not all teams will be in action. The Danbury Westerners among ball clubs that have the night off tonight. Here on opening night around the NECBL as the Newport Gulls celebrate their 10th season here in Newport. Of course, the Gulls, founded in Cranston, Rhode Island, began play back in the 1999 season. Stayed in Cranston at Cranston Stadium for the 2000 season as well, and came to Newport here in 2001. Has been successful ever since. Have made it to the playoffs every single year since 2000, as in each year making it at least as far as the league division championship series. Other action around the league tonight. Vermont takes on Holyoke to get things started in the Western Division. That's a 6:30 start time underway in about 3 minutes. North Adams hosts Bristol, also an NECBL West matchup. In the East, Laconia Muskrats, the newest team here in the NECBL, along with the Bristol Collegiate Baseball Club. Laconia will host the Sanford Mainers at home up in New Hampshire. And the other game going on in New Hampshire tonight, the Keene Swamp-Ats host Lowell up in New Hampshire as well. That's a 7 o'clock game. Laconia and Sanford also getting underway at 7. Bristol North Adams at 6:30. Holyoke and Vermont at 6:30 will be underway at 6:35 here at Cardines Field. And we'll be back with the starting lineups next on the NECBL Broadcast Network. Welcome back here at Cardines Field. The starting lineups for tonight's ball game, as the entire present rosters for both teams present are announced on the field by veteran Gulls public address announcer Don O'Hanley. Will tell you who's starting for tonight. First, for the visiting North Shore Navigators, here again is James Smythe.
Well, leading off for North Shore is second baseman Jason Banos. In the 2 spot is the right fielder Matt Avery. Anthony Melchionda is the third baseman, batting third. The cleanup hitter is first baseman Ben Waldrop. Ryan Geffert bats fifth and will play shortstop. Dario Pisano is the left fielder in the 6th hole. Matt Suchurowicz is behind the plate and hitting 7th. Braxton Graven, the center fielder, will bat 8th. And batting 9th is the designated hitter, Sean Callahan.
Let's take it down the field, pick up Newport Gulls general manager Chuck Pava.
And appreciative to all the people who've supported us over the years, the wonderful host families that we have, our sponsors, our volunteers, our guests, our fans. We're so grateful to all of you. Thank you all for your support. We look forward to seeing you here all summer at Cardines. Thank you.
Newport Gulls general manager Chuck Pava welcoming the fans back here at Cardines Field for 2010.
The mayor of Newport, Mayor Napolitano, who's going to give a proclamation to Coach Coombs. Come on out here, Coach. Mayor.
I would like to say we're absolutely delighted once again to have the Gulls back. It's been a terrific season, 10 seasons. Whereas June 4th, 2010 has been set aside by the City of Newport to recognize the opening day, 2010 marks the 10th season of the Newport Gulls. And the Gulls were the winner of the New England Collegiate Baseball League Championship in 2001, 2002, 2005, and 2009, and are the only team in league history to capture the title 4 times. Let's make it 5. The Newport Gulls are among the top 5 summer league teams nationally. Head coach and manager Michael Coombs is the 2009 New England CBL Coach of the Year. The Newport Gulls have contributed over $100,000 to charitable organizations and the loyal community through fundraising donation packages, game day 50-50 raffles, tickets, summer camp, and high school scholarships. The Newport Gulls have brought the city of Newport a family event for the enjoyment of an increasing number of loyal Newport fans and visitors. Now, therefore, be it resolved that I declare today, June 4th, 2010, as Newport Gulls Opening Day.
Mayor Napolitano here in the city of Newport, proclaiming Newport Gulls Opening Day here today with a resolution proclamation down on the field.
Such a gracious host to our team and all the teams that come in from the other cities. Now, folks, I'd like to introduce our game day sponsor from the Rhode Island Transit and Bridge Authority.
So as we continue with the starting lineups for today's ball game, for the home Newport Gulls, leading off tonight for Newport, entering their 10th season here in the City by the Sea, the shortstop Derek Legg. Batting second, Brendan Kelleher, the center fielder. Batting third is Kevin Caranto, the first baseman. Designated hitter is Chris Forston in cleanup. Batting fifth, the catcher, Brian Nugent. In the 6th spot is Greg Anarumo, the left fielder. Logan Gillis is the third baseman. He bats 7th. Batting 8th, Brent Hopkins, the second baseman, and Kevin Carey, the right fielder, rounds out the order for the Newport Gulls, who will face Mark Williams for North Shore.
Mark Williams, a right-hander, a junior out of Marietta College in Ohio. 6'4", 225 pounds. A big kid, was 6-4 this year with was 6-4 with an ERA of 4.27. In 65 1/3 innings of work, he gave up 64 hits and allowed 31 earned runs. He walked 38 and struck out 64. So about 1 hit per inning and 1 strikeout per inning. throws a fastball, slider, and a change. His best pitch is a split finger fastball. And now
And David Palms gets to
David
start
Palms.
for the Newport Gulls. George Bissell, what can you tell us about David Palms, who is getting to start for Newport tonight?
David Palms went 2-0 last year against North Shore, and he's getting the start tonight. He's a left-handed pitcher out of Princeton University. Last year with the Tigers, he went 2-3 with a ERA of 3.59. Last year for the Gulls, oh, that's his last year with the Gulls stats. My apologies. Those are his last year with the Gulls stats. At Princeton, he was 1-6 in 10 appearances, 9 starts. He gave up 48 runs, 37 of those earned, 12 walks, 31 Ks, 7 home runs he given up.
Let's take it back down to the field for the singing of tonight's national anthem.
broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. O'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
National anthem sung by Lauren Bailey, member of the Salve Regina University Seahawks class of 2010. Of course, Salve Regina College is based right here in the city by the sea, not far here from Cardines Field. Tell you about David Palms, the starting pitcher tonight for the Newport Gulls in his second season here with the Newport Gulls. Was last year he was very good out of the Newport Gulls starting rotation, picking up a 2-3 record in 10 appearances, making 8 starts in the regular season, had 1 postseason appearance, and in 3 innings allowed 1 unearned run, picked up a save against the Sanford Mainers back on August 6th. That's the last time we've seen Palms pitch, who has a fastball, curveball, changeup. It's increased his velocity a little bit, we're told, between now and last season. Umpires for tonight's game, John Leeds calling balls and strikes behind the plate. Patrick Burns is the field umpire. Game time temperature 70 degrees under partly cloudy skies. The southeast wind blows at 5 to 10 miles per hour as we get set for game 1 of this 2010 season. Between the Newport Gulls and the North Shore Navigators, they'll face each other 5 more times this season. First pitch is next here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. Back here now at Cardines Field, Nick Gleamer joined by James Smythe and George Bissell here in the NECBL Broadcast Network as the stands begin to fill up here at Cardines Field on opening night 2010. The Newport Gulls celebrating their 10th season anniversary here in the city by the sea, and of course celebrating still the 2009 NECBL Championship. The defending champions host to the North Shore Navigators here tonight as David Palms, one of the only returning Newport Gulls here in uniform here tonight from last year's championship run, takes his warm-up toss to southpaw on the hill from Princeton University. Just finished up his junior season there. The ERA 3.59, 2-3 in 10 appearances and 8 starts with the Gulls. With Princeton in the spring, the season that just wrapped up, he was 1-6 in 10 appearances. He made 9 starts and scored 1 complete game. including 74 hits, 48 runs, 37 of them earned, walking 13, striking out 31. That is something that we saw a lot of from David Palms last year, his ability to strike out batters, to catch them looking. As he takes his last few warm-up tosses right now. Mike Coombs and Jeff Waldron, the respective managers for the Newport Gulls and North Shore Navigators, having a chat here with the umpires. A veteran crew tonight, John Leeds and Patrick Burns. Leeds the plate umpire as they go over the ground rules here at Cardines Field. And I'm sure, James, one of the first things you know see about this ballpark, it's very interesting.
Yes, it is. There's 30-foot-high chain link fences around the entire outfield. 320 down the line in left, 365 in left center, 395 to center field, 310 in right center, and then it juts back out to 315, and then down the right field line it's 285. So a short porch there, but it's negated by the 30-foot fences, and it looks like we're just about ready for first pitch.
So the first pitch of the 2010 season here in Newport. About to commence as David Palms, the lefty, gets set to face off against Jason Banos. Bat stands in from the left side. The first pitch of the 2010 season is a fastball on the outside corner for strike one. Underway here at Cardines Field. About 6 minutes later, it's a 6:35 scheduled first pitch at 6:41 now, according to the game clock. The 0-1 delivery. Taken a little low. The changeup, ball one. Fastball, curveball, changeup. Pretty straightforward from David Palms, but he has great command of his pitches. Doesn't walk many. The 1-1 delivery. Swung on, hit down the left field line, but foul into the shared bullpens down the left field line here at Cardines Field. One of the many interesting features about this ballpark, it's shared dugouts. No, not shared, but side-by-side dugouts. Hockey style, if you will. 1-2 the count on Jason. He's out of Columbia University. Here's the pitch. Take it high, ball two, the heater.
Banos, one of two Navigators on the Columbia Lions team that made it to the finals in the Ivy League tournament. They fell to Dartmouth.
A 2-2 pitch. Strike three called on the outside corner, says home plate umpire John Leeds. One batter faced, one strikeout for David Palms as he gets set to face Matt Avery. Avery for Cypress Junior College, just finished up his sophomore season there, had a good spring, 324, 7 homers, 19 RBI. Scored 24 runs. So bounce from the left side. Pitch. Taken high and inside for ball one. John Lee's veteran umpire. We've seen him many times here at Cardines Field. Some controversial games, some exciting games that he's umpired. He was here for the 19 strikeout Chase Reed game a couple years back. His pitch is outside. Again, ball two. Leeds usually has a wider strike zone. Tends to give the corners to the pitchers. There's the 2-0 delivery. Ground ball bounced up the middle and through for a base hit. There's the first base runner here in the 2010 season as Matt Avery's on with a one-out single.
Clean hit up the middle, skipped off the cutout of the infield grass and the dirt before finding its way to center field.
So Palms will work out of the stretch for the first time as he kicks some dirt off the rubber. Gulls staff had a lot of work to do. The Newport City Grounds crew and Parks and Recreation Department was also here much of the week getting this field ready for opening night, and it looks spectacular. First pitch to Anthony is grounded to the third baseman, fires to second, out there on a first, double play. 5-4-3, they go, and that's the side here in the first. So Palms faces the minimum. We're through half an inning here at Cardines Field. The North Shore Navigators nothing. The Newport Gulls coming up here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. Oh, double play ball, just what the doctor ordered for the Newport Gulls to get out of a one-out, one-on jam of sorts for David Palms in the first inning. A very quick top half of the first. We go to the bottom of the half and get a first look at the Newport Gulls' offensive attack of this 2010 season, as the Gulls will get their first look at Mark Williams.
Williams, a junior right-hander out of Marietta College in Ohio, a Fayetteville native, went 6-4 in the 2010 season for the Pioneers with an ERA of 4.27 in 65 and a third innings of work. He allowed 64 hits, 31 earned runs. He walked 38 and struck out 64. A graduate of Perry High School, graduated with a class of 63. A small town kid finds his way up north for the first time in his life. He drove up 15 hours from Ohio this week, and now he's set to face Derek Legg.
Derek Legg stands in. Another left-handed batter here in this game.
Sophomore at Long Beach State College, 5'11", 180 pounds, is a switch hitter. The only switch hitter on the team for the Gulls.
Legg batted .228 in home, 9 RBI, 3 doubles for the 49ers. The pitch, fastball outside corner for strike one. Legg started 27 games, appearing in 36 overall this spring. Second season of collegiate play in the NCAA. The 0-1, taking a little low at the shins for ball one. Gulls traditionally will get a player or two from Long Beach State University. Adam Wilk, the starting pitcher a couple years ago, very successful in his tenure here in Newport. All-star, the 1-1, taken high and away, ball two. Now the crowd is really filling in here tonight. Not quite 2,000 yet. As we've seen crowds of 3,000 or more here many times in the last few seasons, particularly in late July once the kids are out of school and the summer camps are rolling. The 2-1 delivery is taken high, ball three. Williams is falling behind Derek Legg. Some dangerous hitters here in this Gulls lineup. Brendan Kelleher bats second. He hit .381 for George Washington. Kevin Caranto batted .413 for Siena College this spring. The 3-1 pitch. Strike called on the outside corner. Leggs took a half a step towards first. Didn't even exit the batter box, really. The count has worked full. So Williams working quickly. The payoff pitch. Inside, ball four. And the Gulls have their first base runner of this 2010 season for this strong lineup, many of whom are not here yet, though. The Gulls have 7 temporary players on the roster right now. Newport, only 15 players available total at this time. I'll do the math. That's about 8 or 9 of their permanent players that are here in uniform. Less than a third of the team. So many players held up by collegiate playoffs or trimesters or waiting on the Major League Baseball first-year player draft as Williams checks on Legg at first. Derek 1 for 2 in stolen bases for Long Beach State. Another check on him. He dives in safely.
The Navigators only have 17 players here, as many are off in the college tournament.
Of course, the season starting on June 4th this year certainly doesn't help. Pitch, high, ball one. Now, we've seen the season start as late as June 8th or 9th, and this year June 4th here on opening night. Seems to get earlier and earlier every year. Of course, that's actually a good thing, though, because later on in the season there'll be more off days and more opportunities to reschedule games to get rained out or delayed for whatever reason. In this case here in Newport, sometimes we have fog outs with the fog rolling in off the water, which is only about a block away here from Newport.
How about that?
Right behind us, really, over our shoulder, down the third base line, is the port of Newport. 1-0 the count, the pitch. Taking a little high, ball two. But Williams works so quickly to Derek Legg, and now out of the stretch, he's come down to a halt almost against Brendan Kelleher.
Sherowitz had to come out and have a chat with him pitching out of the stretch.
From the set, here's the 2-0 pitch to the plate. Swinging a drive into right center field. Way back it goes. It's off the top of the wall on a bounce. Rounding second is Legg. He's being waved home. The relay to the plate will be not in time. It's an RBI double for Brandon Kelleher, and the Newport Gulls are out to a 1-0 lead here in the first. A wall ball double for Kelleher. His first RBI of the season. He had 56 for George Washington, already his first in a Gulls uniform.
He smoked that.
A great piece of hitting by Kelleher. Got a pitch he could drive, sent it out all the way to the wall out in center.
Now Newport out to an early lead here in the first inning. Of course, if you look at the scoreboard, it's the 9th inning already. I don't know what's going on there. They had a lot of problems with that scoreboard last year. I think they're supposed to have it hardwired in the next week or so. Correct some of those issues.
Yeah, it's opening day.
It's Kevin Caranto. Ground ball fisted up the first base line by the first baseman Waldrop down the right field line to the corner. Being waved home is Kelleher. No throw to the plate. He scores easily. Into second standing is Carrento with an RBI double, and the Gulls lead it 2-0.
Tough play for Waldrop to make. He just missed it off the end of his glove.
Caranto showing how he led the MAC conference in hitting.
At 413 last season for Siena. He had 54 RBI. Now he picks up his first in a Gulls uniform. Stands at second. Still nobody out as the first three have reached for Newport. Here's Chris Fortson in the cleanup spot. The DH hit 289 with 3 homers and 52 RBI himself for William Mary. Takes a fastball in the inside corner for strike one. Well, Gulls have come out to a fast start here in the first inning. They lead 2-0. Mark Williams looks in for the sign. Gets it from his battery mate. The pitch it's in the dirt. Good stop by Sucherowicz. Ball one. Count evens up on Forston. Forston, 19 doubles in the Tribe uniform. 25 walks. Was hit by a pitch 7 times. Crowds have played somewhat. The 1-1 is taken inside. He jackknifes out of the way. Ball 2. Newport Gulls 31-10 last season, 17-3 here at home, and 4-1 at home in the postseason. 6-2 overall in the playoffs as they won the championship. 2-1 pitch, ground ball up to second. Up with it, Banos bobbles it momentarily, throws to first in time. There's one away. Hustling over to third base is Kevin Caranto. Now a run can score easily on and out with one away here in the first.
Banos playing a little out of position at second base. He's primarily a first baseman and an outfielder at Columbia, but with the Navs being shorthanded on the infield tonight, Banos finds himself at the Keystone Corner.
One on at third base for Bryce Nugent. Nugent, the catcher for the Newport Gulls, batting .325, 4 homers, 48 RBIs for Maris. Takes the pitch low for ball one. Set the defense for you. Ben Waltrip's at first. Jason Banos in second. Ryan Gefford at short. Anthony Melchionda, the third baseman. Matt Sucherowicz catches Mark Williams. The 1-0 pitch is on the outside corner, called strike with the fastball. Outfield left to right, Dario Pisano, Braxton Graven, and Matt Avery. Newport out to a quick 2-0 lead here in the first inning. Caranto leads up third. Here's the pitch. It's on the inside corner for a strike. Well, he's sped up his delivery a little bit here, not taking his time in between pitches, and now he's throwing strikes.
Yes, he's started to pick it up here against Nugent.
Williams checks the runner at third and delivers. Up and away, ball 2. Not chasing was Nugent.
Well, he's got the base open with 1 out.
Oh, a left-handed batter. This lineup was very lefty-heavy last year as well. 2-2. Low and inside, ball 3. It's worked the count full for the second batter in the inning. A walk, pair of RBI doubles, and a ground out. Put the Gulls up 2-0 with a runner at third. Nugent stands in the 3-2 pitch. Fouled back as he fought off a fastball high.
Good hitting. Nugent, catcher out of Marist University. He was named first team All-Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference this past season.
He joined Kevin Caranto on that team.
3-2 again. Low and away, ball 4. Second walk of the inning. The Gulls' 4th base runner already here in the first for Greg Anarumo. Anarumo, out of the University of Rhode Island, finish up his junior season. Late addition to the Gulls roster, we have very little information on Greg Anarumo. He'll bat from the right side with runners at the corners here, and let's see what he can do. Anarumo wearing number 28. Same 28 that former Gull All-Star Jack Murphy wore here a couple of years ago. As Williams comes to the set at the belt, the pitch. Swing on and miss, strike 1. Williams out of Marietta College, 65 in the third innings, 3 complete games and a pair of shutouts this spring. Was 6-4 overall and 8 starts and 20 appearances. He sets and deals. Swung on and missed, strike 2, and Anarumo out in front of that one.
Williams was a relief pitcher for the Pioneers in 09, but he's stepped up into the rotation in 2010.
6'4", 223-pound right-hander. Looks at the runner at third. Kicks and delivers. Outside, ball 1. Still just 1 out here. They lead at first and third for Newport.
Big fella could really use a ground ball here.
Williams in the ERA of 4.27, 6-4 overall this spring. A 1-2 delivery. Off-speed pitch is outside, taken for ball 2. Inarumo takes some signs from the Gulls' third base coach, Kevin Winterround. The 2-2 pitch. Ground ball bounced short. Up with it, Geffert. Flips the easy way to second. Out there on to first. Double play. 6-4-3 go down the Gulls offensively here in the first inning, but not before they score 2. They strand 1, and after 1 inning here at Cardanes Field, it's Newport 2, North Shore nothing here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. To the second inning we go here at Cardanes Field. 2-0 Newport Gulls lead the new North Shore Navigators as the veteran Gull pitcher David Pons has a 2-run lead to work with. And the crowd still filling in here. We're now probably over 2,000 strong. Here on opening night at Cardanes Field, a beautiful evening of baseball. Pleasant conditions. A little bit of a breeze blowing off the water, but the flag not moving really at all. About a 5-mile-per-hour wind. As Ben Waldrop stands in for North Shore, trying to make up a deficit here in the second. Takes the first pitch outside, ball 1.
Waldrop was on the Navigators in 2009. He had 252 for the Navs with a home run and 15 RBIs.
The pitch. In the outside corner, taken for strike 1. The count will even up on Ben.
Palm's a native of Smithville, Rhode Island. He attended Bishop Hendricken High School. They won a state championship his junior year.
A 1-1 from David. Ground ball, fisted foul by the Newport Daily News photographer in the Gulls dugout.
Waldrop knocked in a couple of runs for the Navs in their playoff series against Sanford last season.
Palms from the windup, the lefty's pitch. Ground ball back towards the mound. Palms will field it himself. Throw to first high, but brought in by Caranto for out number 1.
Nice job by Caranto reaching for the tall throw.
1-3 in the ground out. So let's check it out on our Newport Gulls instant replay. Now, if you're just listening into tonight's game, I'll tell you what, you're missing out. Because we got the Newport Gulls video broadcast, of course, a great broadcast as well on North Shore with WinCam TV. Here's Ryan Geffert, the pitch is skipped in the dirt for ball 1. Geffert, the shortstop for the Navigators, hit .323, 14 homers, 64 runs batted in for Southern Connecticut as a sophomore. Pitch. Inside corner for a strike. Counts even at 1-1.
We mentioned last inning that Banos was playing out of position at second base. Geffert is typically a first baseman for Southern Connecticut State, and he finds himself at shortstop.
This one is ripped to left field and over the head of left fielder Greg Anarumo. Rounding first, hitting the second is Geffert. He will be out at second base. Anarumo guns him down, and that's out number 2. Well, Anarumo let that one sail over his head. Of course, left fielder Cardanes Field. This is his first time playing out there, but he is able to recover it quickly to gun it down at second base for the out.
The left fielder, number 29, Dario.
So 7-6 on the out. Single goals in the books for Geffert, but now there are 2 down for Dario Pisano.
Pisano, just a freshman, performed great for the Columbia Lions this season.
Pitch is fouled off. Hit .374.
Pisano led the Ivy League with a .741 slugging percentage, and his 12 home runs set a single-season rookie record for Columbia.
Drove in 36. 38 runs scored, 55 hits. Takes the pitch outside. Shadows, people who have passed the home plate mound, not quite to the pitcher's mound yet. This pitcher is grounded to the second baseman. Up with it, Hopkins has in a pair of hops, throws the first in time for the out and retires to side. So once again, Palms allows a single but faces the minimum. We're through an inning and a half here at Cardines Field. Newport Gulls 2, North Shore Navigators nothing. Here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. Oh, it certainly was a nice sunny afternoon here today at Cardines Field and all around much of New England, as is action throughout the NECBL here tonight. Just a couple of teams had the night off, as the Sanford Mariners, Lowell All-Americans, Laconia Muskrats, North Shore Navigators, Bristol Collegiate Club, Keene Swamp Bats, and Mount Mountaineers, Holyoke Blue Sox, and Northampton Steelcats all in action tonight. We'll have updated scores coming up for you in just a few minutes, and some live look-ins to games around the league as well. The Danbury Westerners and the New Bedford Bay Sox each have tonight off for their exhibition schedule in the league that aren't on the league schedule. Be the bottom of the Gulls' order to face Mark Williams here in the second. First pitch is in there for strike to Logan Gillis.
Good fastball there by Williams. We'll see if he can recover from a rocky first.
The 0-1 is outside, ball one. Gillis batting .250, homer 19 RBIs for the Huskies at Northeastern University. As the 1-1 is fastball taken high and inside for ball two. Started 32 of 38, 6 games played, 10 doubles. 2-1 pitch, fisted foul at the third base line. Gulls newly hired assistant coach, third base coach, Kevin Winterode. Fields it. Looks like they might have John Raiola at first base. Haven't seen yet. The pitch is inside. And that hit him? Yes, it did.
Yeah.
Just clipped Logan Gillis.
Just caught the jersey.
I don't think he would have known he was clipped by that one unless someone told him. He takes first base. Once again, the Gulls have a base runner. That's their fifth of the ball game now.
Number 8, Brent Hopkins.
Brent Hopkins, Gulls' second baseman to bat now. Hopkins,
Just oversees Cranston.
native of Cranston, Rhode Island, where the Newport Gulls began as the Rhode Island Gulls back in 1999. Played there for 2 seasons at Cranston Stadium. They check on Logan Gillis. He's back in diving safely. Hopkins, a URI Ram, finished up his sophomore year. A pitch, swing on the miss, strike one.
Three Rhode Island products on this club with Gardner Lever and Greg Anarumo.
From the stretch, Williams, the 0-1 delivery, is inside, ball one. Remains to be seen how many of those Rhode Islanders will remain on the team for the entire season. With so many temporary players in right now. Well, some will be given an opportunity to fight for a spot on the full 28-man roster.
Another Rhode Island addition is Kevin Carey, the right fielder in this game. He's going to be up next.
1-1 pitch is hit in the end of right field. This will drop for a hit. It will drop. Throw goes into second, but already there is Gillis. Gillis had to hold up to see if that one would be caught, but it dropped in a little bit of a gap behind Banos and right in front of Avery. It's a bloop single for Brent Hopkins, and the first two are on for Newport here in the second.
Yeah, that was hit into no man's land there.
The Villanova, Kevin Carey comes to the plate now as a freshman for Rhode Island College last season. He was excellent, turning in one of the best seasons in a while for the club. He hit .245 last year for the Anchormen. Late addition to the club. We'll see if he can stick around, but he's going to have to produce.
Carey a homer, 17 RBI for Rick. First Rhode Island College team member to be part of the Newport Gulls. Player-wise, pitch. Fastball in the inside corner, taken for strike one. Of course, Scott Virgilak, longtime Newport Gull coach and former Northampton Steelcats manager, is a former Rick player and now the head coach of the Anchormen after serving as the assistant for several years. Scott Virgilak's here tonight, though he doesn't dress for the games anymore. He's just an assistant here to help out as a hitting coach in a way, sort of a, I guess you could call him director of player development. He's here before the games to throw a little fungo around and help out with BP. The 0-1, taking a low and away ball 1.
Yeah. One of the great guys in the game of baseball in Rhode Island, Scott Virgilak.
Very good friends with Mike Coombs. They were a tandem on the bus rides the last 4 years. Scott Virgilak is in the ballpark. He's up in the Gulls nest with Vice President Chris Patsos above the concession stand to our right, watching the games out of uniform. So pitches away ball 2. He is going to be here for home games. Gulls are happy to have him back as one of his products as he's watching intently right now. Kevin Carey fighting off a couple from Williams. The 2-1. Low ball 3. Carey.
Williams having some trouble with the strike zone. He's run a lot of long counts on the hitters.
And he's only been ahead of a couple. He's fallen behind. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 batters tonight. This one's grounded right back to him. Throws to second for the out. On to first, double play. 1-6-3. Going to third base is Logan Gillis. That was snagged at the shoelaces of Mark Williams.
Kind of a wide throw that pulled the shortstop Gefford over to his right, and then nice job there to recover and get the throw over to first base.
Well, Williams was looking for a nice ground ball to get out of a 2-on, nobody out jam, and now with the runner at third, the second round to the top of the order, and Derek Legg. First pitch to him, taking inside ball 1. Legg, sort of 7 pitches from Williams. Eventually walked in the first. Scored the first run of the ball game. Newport leads 2-0. We're here in the last of the second. The 0-1, way outside for ball 1. Newport and North Shore will face each other 5 more times this season. Next time, coming up on June 13th, the Gulls will travel to Lynn as the 1-1 delivery is taken low for ball 2. Newport had some very good luck against the North Shore Navigators last season, 6-0 against the team. The North Shore beat up on Newport a little bit back when they were in interleague or interdivision play the year before in 2008. 2-1. Is in there for a strike, of course, with the divisions being realigned last year after Torrington's moved to New Bedford. Newport and North Shore saw a lot more of each other. Both had some success. The 2-2 pitch. Rather, the 3-2 pitch is low and away, ball 4 for the second time tonight. Legg walks on a 3-2 from Williams. And once again, there will be runners at the corners.
Center fielder, number 6,
Brendan Kelleher, a big RBI double. Scored the first run of the ball game back in the first inning. Will bat now. I'll bring a mound visit out from Jeff Waldron. Well, I don't know if there'll be any action in the bullpen this early. It's only a 2-0 lead right now. Still a long way to go in this one.
It's 2 walks now for Legg the first 2 innings. Showing good plate discipline.
They have the Newport Gulls Irish fans. If you're watching in the video feed, the famous Gulls Irish fans, they don't sit during the game. They stand down that third baseline. There'll be about 10 or 12 now. By the end of the season, there'll be 25 or 30 out there. They have chants and cheers that they come up with for every player. Of course, it'll take them a few games to get them going, but they'll have some rhymes out there. They get creative. Or Scott Virgilak, when he was the third base coach, every time he would run out to the third base coach's box, they would say, "He's big, he's hot, his first name is Scott Virgilak." And they would sing it over and over again until he acknowledged and tipped his cap to him.
Lively crowds here at Newport. Led the league in attendance last season, and 4 years running, in fact.
Well, the Gulls faithful have been very, very faithful the last few seasons, breaking records year after year.
They draw 60% better than Keene in second place.
Runners at the corners. The pitch to Kelleher is inside ball 1. See if the mound visit will do anything. Get Williams to throw some more strikes here. That's what North Shore wants. All these teams short on pitching, short on position players. It's the 1-0 is swung on and missed, strike 1. It's way out. Kelleher rail in front of a off-speed pitch.
Kelleher showed off some of that power in the first with that double. He's 4th in the Atlantic 10 in home runs with 15.
And that would win a home run in several ballparks in this league.
Certainly.
Not North Shore, though. Throw back to first, diving in safely is Legg.
Yeah, I think you'd be hard-pressed to find some major leaguers to hit it out of this one.
28 feet high are the fences all the way around here, with the exception of a little gap cut out for a tree in left center field. Pitch. It's in there for a strike, 1-2. Of course, the fences used to be a little shorter in both left and right field. Left center, center, and right field have always been that height, but 3 years ago they were raised. An entire third section was added, another 8 or 9 feet to protect the houses that surround Cardines. 1-2 pitch, swing on a miss, strike 3. The Gulls strand a pair, do not score here in the second. They've left 3, and we are through 2 from Cardines Field. Newport Gulls 2, North Shore Navigators nothing here on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
Contest. Robin, who is up?
Back here at Cardines Field, we go to the third inning here as the Newport Gulls will get set to try and maintain this 2-run lead that they were granted in the first inning as they face the bottom of the order of the North Shore Navigators for the first time in this one. Palms has faced a minimum through 2 through a timely double play and a bit of a base running gaff by Geffert in the second. Matt Sachirowicz stands in. The first pitch is popped up. Playable on shallow right. Peck playing the second baseman. Reaches up, and Brett Hopkins makes the catch for out number 1. 1 pitch, 1 out here in the third for Palms. I'll give way to Braxton Graven. Graven, the center fielder, Bellarmine University, has finished up his junior season. He pinwheels the bat from the left side and waits a pitch from Palms. It's outside corner, a called strike with something off speed.
Bellarmine is in Graven's hometown of Louisville in Kentucky. First time ever coming up north for Braxton.
Pitch, a little high, ball 1. Always an adjustment for these players around the NACBO, coming from all over the country. So 1-1 is low, ball 2. Those who haven't been in summer leagues before, away from their families, in many cases for the first time, they've been far away in college. 2-1. Popped up down the left field line and out of play on America's Cup Avenue, the big main highway, or rather 4-lane road that cuts through Newport down to Thames Street, the historical district behind us.
Yeah, one feature about this ballpark that's unique is there's no foul territory along the lines, very little.
2-1 is again fouled to the left, this time being caught by a giant screen that protects the fans over there with so little foul territory. There's a lot of fencing and screens here that protect the fans that are literally on top of the field of play.
Great ballpark to come out here and watch a game in, especially on a cool summer night like tonight.
Game time temperature is about 7 degrees. We're down a few from then. Pitch, ground ball right side and through for a base hit. It's the third hit of the ball game for the Navigators as Raven holds up at first base with a hard grounder to the right side, and now I'll bring up Sean Callahan as the tying run at the plate.
The designated hitter.
Callahan just got here, signed him today. Junior out of Framingham State College in Massachusetts. He had 2 walk-off home runs this season, including a grand slam over Eastern Nazarene.
Pitch, taking high, ball 1, walk-off grand slam, huh?
Yeah, they led the game 14-0 and then fell behind 19-16 with 2 outs in the ninth before he cleared the bases with a game-winning home run, a 29-18 win.
The 1-0. Fastball powered across the inside corner for a strike. It's 1-1.
Some bruised DRAs in that game, huh?
Oh, you bet. All MASCAC second-team player.
Runner at first. They'll check on him as Graven is back standing.
Callahan was top 10 in both home runs and RBIs in the league.
1-1. Second high for ball 2. David Palms, a veteran Gull. Made 10 appearances last season, plus 1 in postseason play. 2-1. Ground ball, slapped to the first baseman. He has it, throws his second out there on to first. Not in time, as they do get the lead man retired. Graven out on the fielder's choice, 4-6, or rather 3-6.
Tough play to turn 2 there.
It was hit more towards the first base side, so Carrento had to field it. Set the Gulls defense for you. Kevin Carrento at first base, Brent Hopkins at second, Derek Legg at short, Logan Gillis at third baseman, Bryce Nugent catches David Palms, outfield left and right, Craig Anarumo, Brandon Kelleher, and Kevin Carey.
Yeah, on that last play, the throw took Palms off the bag. He tried to tag the runner going by, didn't get him though.
Second round to the top of the order, and Jason Banos for the second time tonight. Banos struck out looking, the only strikeout victim so far for David Palms. From the stretch at the belt, the 0-1 from the southpaw is on the outside corner. Taken for strike 2.
Banos, one of several navigators to be from the Lynn area. Jason is from Linfield, Mass.
The 0-2. Swung on a miss, he struck him out. Banos down by way of the K for the second time tonight. The Navigators strand a runner. They've left 1, and we're through 2.5 from Cardines Field. Still 2-0 Gulls on top of North Shore here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. Back here at Cardines Field, 2-0 Newport Gulls lead. I'm Nick Lima, joined by James Smythe and George Bissell here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. We take 10 seconds for station identification here on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
NCTV 18, Newport County, the World Wide Web, and on DVD. This is Newport Gulls Baseball on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
Leading things off for the Newport Gulls will be Kevin Carrento here in the third, and an RBI double back in the first. A wide stance from the left side batter's box. The pitch off speed is up and away for ball 1 from Mark Williams. For a third inning of work. For 1-0. It's taken high and away for ball 2. Navigators looking for Williams to settle down a little bit here in the third, allow the 2 runs in the first inning of a couple of hard hit balls by Kelleher and Carrento. Hit a batter, walk the batter, give up a single in the second, but no runners scored as Carrento fights that one off.
It could be a lot worse for Williams, trailing just 2-0.
Williams fires the pitch, swung on, looped down the left field line, giving chases the left fielder towards the bullpen. Pisano watches it trail out of play into the bullpen. And there's that foul territory coming into factor here. About 5 feet of foul territory down that part of the ballpark.
Very little room, very unforgiving for pitchers.
They'll work a lot harder to get those outs. Nothing cheap here at Cardines Field. The one advantage they have, though, defensively is the backstop, only being about 30 feet from home plate. The pitch is taken outside.
It would be pretty tough for a runner to score from third on a wild pitch.
It very rarely happens. And when they do break for home, sometimes the carom off the backstop will take it right back to the home plate area. We've seen that happen in trip of a runner many a times. The 2-2 is fought off again. Well, the sun is departed. We have some low cloud cover overhead now. It's supposed to be occasional thunderstorm later on tonight, but no rain in the forecast, hopefully, for this evening. 2-2 the count, the pitch. Curve, taken on the outside corner for strike 3. There's the second strikeout for Mark Williams. He gets a strikeout to end the second and strikes out Carrento to start off the third.
Williams coming into form. He struck out about a batter per inning with the Marietta College Pioneers.
Is Chris Forston, who bounced out 4-3 back in the first. Swings and misses the first pitch for strike 1. Way out in front of that off-speed delivery. Williams, 64 strikeouts and 38 walks at Marietta. And this one's foul tipped to the backstop, and there you see that carom as how quickly the ball can come back towards the home plate area.
You said it.
Even the on-deck circle is only about 25 feet away from the plate here. You have an idea of how close the things are here as that one's fouled off his knee. The on-deck circle, maybe about 20 feet from home plate. It's also only about 5 feet from the Gulls dugout.
So wonderful quirky park you got here.
Dugouts are very small as well. Most of the players can't even sit on the bench. side-by-side dugouts here. Not even a separator or divider in between them.
So in the event of a bench clearing brawl, it's not very difficult to get to the other team, is it?
Certainly not. Now, actually, we had a very close call with one of those situations back in 2005. A wild game to end the season. Of course, tonight we're beginning the season here. The pitch swung on, popped up, foul, back and out of play, and the count remains 0-2 on Forston. Forston out William and Mary. Started all 51 games he played in this spring. The pitch. Swung on and hit in the air to deep left field. Way back it goes. This one is off the top of the wall. Grounding first and heading in for second is Forston. Oh, he missed a home run by just a few feet out there. Hit high off that 28-foot high fence down the left field line by the 320-foot marker. He's in the second with the one-out double.
Now that would have been out in just about every other park in this league.
Almost a green monster of sorts out there here at Cardines Field. They're about 10 feet shorter.
The pitch over the outside part of the plate, pulled it right down the line. Would have been a home run, you're right, in almost any other park.
A runner in scoring position for Bryce Nugent, who walked his last time. His pitch is swung on and hit in the air to right center field. This one will be caught, however, by Braxton Graven for the inning's second out. Didn't get all of it as Graven ran it down towards the triangle about 15 feet in front of the wall. Now there's a couple of rockets hit off of Mark Williams back in the first, and again here now in the third. 3 of the 4 Gulls hits have gone for extra bases so far in this one. And a Rumo to bat now. Bounced into a 6-4-3 double play to end the first. Greg levels the bat, the pitch. Takes an off-speed delivery inside corner for a strike.
That double play was huge for Williams because that inning could have gotten out of hand very quickly.
The lights come on here at Cardines Field. Skies become overcast. Almost a little bit of a foggy haze starting to take over the field as Inarumo couldn't check his swing with another off-speed pitch. He's in a hole, 0-2. 2 outs, 2-0 Gulls. They haven't scored since the first. An opportunity here with a runner at second. Williams working quickly from the stretch. The 0-2 pitch. Low and away, ball 1. This crowd has really filled up here at Cardines Field. We may have passed the 2,600 mark. Anything over 2,600 is essentially a sellout here, though we've seen crowds past 3,400, particularly in the postseason. 1-2. Outside, missed with looked like a slider.
Just trying to get Anarumo to chase something outside. Greg not biting.
Should Anarumo reach, Logan Gillis waits on deck, but there are 2 outs. He stands in. Williams taking his time. Anarumo steps out. Adjusts his batting gloves and looks out on Williams, who gets the sign from his catcher. So Chirowitz. Check on the runner, the 2-2 pitch. Oh, high and inside. That was helmet high. So it missed for ball 3. Count worked full. The 4th time to a batter in this ball game. The payoff pitch, low, ball 4. Well, Williams has walked the batter in each inning so far. That's his 3rd. Newport Gulls, actually 4th walk. He had 2 walks in the first. Gulls have been on base many different ways so far.
Williams had him 0-2 and couldn't find the strike zone in 3 consecutive pitches.
Had trouble putting them away.
Already Newport's 9th base runner. Here in the 3rd, Gillis stands in the pitch. Swung on a miss, strike 1. Pitch up to a fastball that sunk low and inside on. Logan reached base to lead off the second by way of a hit by pitch. So the lights are on more fully here now, illuminating the diamond. The 0-1. Fastball is inside. Count's even up out 1-1. Well, there's hardly a seat free here at Cardines Field now.
Beautiful Friday night. Everyone wants to come to the ballpark.
No school tomorrow. I think that's a big factor. A 1-1. Swung on, popped up down the right field line, giving chase is Avery. He's under it. He has it for the out. The retires aside. The Gulls straight up here. They've left 5. And we're through 3 innings of baseball here at Cardines Field. The Newport Gulls lead the North Shore Navigators 2-0 as we continue on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
The NEC.
Snap it!
2-0 Newport Gulls lead the North Shore Navigators as we go to the 4th inning. Here to take you with the play-by-play for the next 3 innings. The voice of the North Shore Navigators, James Smythe.
Thank you, Nick. Finishing up his warm-up throws is David Palms. He goes back out for his 4th inning of work. Due up for the Navs, Matt Avery, Anthony Melchionda, and Ben Waldrop. 2, 3, and 4 for North Shore. Stepping in is the lefty Avery. Avery singled his first time up in the first. He was quickly erased on a double play.
The right fielder, number 16, Matt Avery.
Palms delivers. Swinging a foul back into the screen, 0-1. 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors for Newport. No runs, 3 hits, no errors for the Navigators. On opening night in the NECBL. 0-1 pitch to Avery. Lined over the head of the leaping leg. And it's a leadoff single for Matt Avery, his 2nd hit of the ball game.
Oh, scalded up the middle. The leg made an attempt to jump and catch it. Didn't quite come up with it. Through for a base hit.
Not quite for leg. As here comes Anthony Melchionda, hit into a 5-4-3 double play to end the first. And he takes a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Melchionda goes to Boston College, a sophomore out of Braintree, Mass. And pitch, swing and a foul off to the right side. And the count now 0-2.
Other action around the lead tonight. Holyoke leads Vermont 3-0 in the top of the 4th. North Adams over Bristol 2-0. They're in the top of the 5th.
That one misses high and outside. 1-2 the count now on Melchionda.
Low All-Americans over the Keene Swamp Bats 2-1. They're just in the 2nd now. And in the top of the 3rd, no score between Sanford and Laconia up in New Hampshire.
Pickoff, and the throw down to second is not in time. No one was covering. So it's a stolen base for Matt Avery.
Yeah, bit of a miscommunication there between Hopkins and Legg. Nobody covered the bag.
Certainly. Avery 3 of 5 for Cyprus this season on steal attempts, and now his first attempt as a Navigator is a successful one. So still a 1-2 count on Melchionda, a .358 hitter for Boston College. And now from the stretch, Palms deals. That one skips in the dirt low. 2 balls and 2 strikes to the North Shore 3rd baseman. Melchionda this season 5th all-time in the single season hit list with 78. The 2-2. Swing and a line drive caught by the second baseman, and now it's a double play. They doubled him off. Line drive to Hopkins, and he went to the bag, and they get the double play.
No miscommunication on that one between the shortstop
No,
and the
sir.
second baseman.
No, sir. So Avery doubled off on that one. A unassisted double play.
Number 27, Ben.
So 2 outs, nobody on. Here's Ben Waldrop. He bounced back to the mound in the 2nd inning. Waldrop takes low and away. 1 ball and no strikes. Due up for Newport in the 4th inning is Brent Hopkins, Kevin Carey, and Derek Legg. That one misses high, 2-0. 4 hits allowed by David Palms, yet he's faced the minimum through 3 2/3, thanks to a couple of double plays. 2-0 pitch. Swing and a line drive into the left field. That falls for a base hit, and Waldrop reaches with a single. Nice job going the other way there for the first baseman. Here comes Ryan Geffert. Geffert
tore up the Northeast 10 Conference for the Southern Connecticut State Owls. He led the league in home runs, RBIs, total bases, slugging percentage, and walks. So clearly he made the all-conference team. Now he bats with a man on and 2 away. That one is grounded to third, past the diving Gillis, and into left field. A little 2-out rally for North Shore. A couple of 2-out singles by Waldrop and Geffert. So 2 on, 2 away. The tying run is now aboard, and here comes Dario Pisano. Pisano grounded out to second. His only time up, and now a meeting at the mound.
Caranto and Nugent coming out to talk to Palms. Couple base hits in a row, settle him down, get the final out of the inning here.
Pisano out of Saugus, Mass. He was on the 2003 team that went to the Little League World Series semifinals. And that one is swung on, fouled away to the left side, 0-1. That Saugus club in 03
Better call.
won a wild game, 14-13, and he scored the winning run. And now here he is a few years later. With 2 on and 2 away. That one is dribbled foul down the first base line. So the runners will retreat to their bases. Waldrop back to second, Geffert back to first. Score 2-0 Newport. In the top of the fourth on a perfect afternoon turning into evening in the city by the sea. And the pitch. That one is low, skips away from Nugent, but he recovers, and the runners do not attempt to advance. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count.
We do have that cloud cover in now, but the radar fortunately remains clear. No sign of showers anywhere throughout New England.
That's good because we had a pretty rough forecast heading into the weekend.
We had a rough summer all last year, too.
That one misses well high. 2-2 now to Pisano.
And not the best spring either with all the flooding we had here in the southern part of Rhode Island.
Now from the stretch, a 2-2 to Dario Pisano is grounded to second. That one's fielded by Hopkins. He'll go to first. And the ball gets away. He threw it past Caranto. Scoring is Waldrop. Moving to third is Ryan Geffert. Dario Pisano reaches on an E4. Hopkins fielded the ball, and he just threw it wide of the first baseman Caranto. That allowed the run to score, and Geffert now, the tying run, moves to third base.
Well, as a routine play that usually you see made with the team playing together, of course, for the first time here tonight, that's bound
tough
to happen.
So now runners at the corners and still 2 away. Avery singled to lead off the inning. Melchionda lined into a double play, and then singles by Waldrop and Geffert set up the ground ball from Pisano that scored the Navigators' first run of the 2010 season. So runners at the corners, 2 away, 2-1 the score in favor of Newport, top of the fourth. And here's Matsu Cherowitz with a chance to tie the game or give the Navs the lead. And the pitch from Palms. High, 1-0. Cherowitz popped out to second, his first time up. Ball Northeast 10. First team selection takes a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. So Cherowitz and Geffert, as Palms is ready to deal. Swing and a foul tip. 1 ball and 2 strikes. So Cherowitz and Geffert this Sunday will be playing in the NEIBA College Baseball All-Star Game at Fenway Park. They made the Division II roster, so a couple of Navigators getting a terrific honor. So 1-2 to count. Palms 1 strike away from getting out of this. And the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So Cherowitz chased one way outside. But the Navigators get on the board. 1 run, 3 hits, 1 error, and 2 left on base at the end of 3.5. It's 2-1 Newport. Mark Williams stays in the game. He comes out for the bottom of the 4th inning for North Shore. They got on the board thanks to the Hopkins error, and now he will try to atone as he leads off the bottom of the 4th. Hopkins singled in the 2nd inning, but was erased on a 1-6-3 double play. Hopkins out of URI, a sophomore from Cranston. And as Nick pointed out earlier, Cranston is where the Gulls first began play in the NECBL, and now Williams winds, kicks, and delivers. Swing and a miss and a breaking ball there, 0-1. Hopkins followed by Kevin Carey, and then back to the top of the order with Derek Legg. 8-9-1. Here's the pitch from Williams. That one's popped up right over us into the screen, 0-2. Williams has really settled down. He gave up 2 runs in the bottom of the 1st before recording an out. And he has held the Gulls at bay. The pitch, high, 1-2. Newport scored the runs. Legg walked and then scored on a Kelleher double. Then Caranto knocked him in with a double. 1-2. Williams looking for his 3rd strikeout. And that one bounces in front of the plate. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Navigators beginning their 3rd season as the North Shore Navs. 2-2. Inside. And he got the inside corner. Strike 3. Nice job by Mark Williams to paint the corner. That's his 3rd strikeout of the ball game. 1 away, and here comes Kevin Carey.
Number 4, Kevin Carey.
Carey came up with runners on 1st and 2nd in the 2nd with nobody out, and he had a hopper back to Williams, who started the double play. That one misses inside. 1 ball and no strikes.
Now, the Navigators, along with the club that is now Bristol, have a long, storied history in the NECBL, one of the original 5 charter franchises of the league.
And that one is on the corner. 1-1 the count now. Now, aren't they the only 2 charter franchises that are still in operation?
Correct. It began as the Middletown Giants and went to Holyoke a couple years later. Of course, to Lynn, now this is their 4th season now in Lynn? 3rd season.
3rd season.
As the Navigators.
Holyoke now has a team of their own to replace the departed Giants, as that one is a called strike on the outside corner. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count, 1 away. 2-1, Newport leads in the bottom of the 4th. The pitch to Carey. Check swing. He went around, certainly, and that one is another strikeout for Mark Williams. He's really coming into his own as the game moves along here. That's his 4th strikeout, and there are 2 away.
The franchise has been in the playoffs every year since 1996, with the exception of 2001. So a lot of postseason success, a lot of regular season success, certainly, to get to that level.
Certainly. Here comes Derek Legg, switch hitter, batting left. He walked both times so far today, and that one is a swing and a foul off to the left side. Legg scored the 1st run of the game on the Brendan Kelleher double. So no official at-bats yet, but he's in the scorebook, scoring a run. So 0-1 as Williams deals. That one misses outside and high, 1 ball and 1 strike. If Legg can extend the inning, it'll be Kelleher to follow. That one bounces off the plate and skips back to the backstop. 2 balls and a strike. Due up for the Navs in the 5th. Graven, Callahan, and Banos. As now Sucherowitz comes out to chat with his right-hander. He's got his arm around his shoulder, and now a pat on the back, and he'll head back behind the plate. Now Legg having a word with the umpire. And now he's back in the box, and we're ready to resume play. 2 outs, nobody on, 2-1 count. And the pitch.
Swing a line drive into right field. That's going to fall in for a base hit, fielded by Avery. A 2-out single for Derek Legg. He's reached base 3 times in 3 plate appearances. So he's on, and here comes Brendan Kelleher. Kelleher, a George Washington Colonial, made the second team All-Atlantic 10. Batted .381 for the Colonials, which was 8th best in the A-10. Kelleher 1 for 2 with an RBI double. He scored a run and struck out. That one is on the outside corner. 0-1 on a breaking ball there from Williams. Good job there. From the stretch, it's Williams. Runner goes. Sucherowicz's throw down to second is gets away from the shortstop Gefford, and he'll go over to third. So give Legg a stolen base on that, and then he moves over to third on. It looks like a throwing error, but we'll see who it is given to.
So Legg either way is going to get a stolen base out of this, and he advances to third on a throwing error.
The error's been charged
We'll
to the catcher, Sucherowicz.
Sucherowicz gets the error. And that one is lined. Fielded on a hop by Gefford, and he gets it over to first for the final out of the inning. For Newport, no runs, 1 hit, 1 error, and 1 left on base. At the end of 4, it's 2-1 Newport on the NECBL Radio Network. To the top of the 5th we go at historic Cardines Field in Newport. Gulls lead the Navs 2-1 as a couple of youngsters were just running around the bases, and now they have left, and the Gulls are getting ready in the field. Due up for North Shore, 8-9-1, Braxton Graven, Sean Callahan, and Jason Banos.
Yeah, the in-between inning antics here at Cardines Field are legendary, been mimicked around the league for years now. Wait till you see Tag the Gully coming up after the 7th inning.
I'm looking forward to it. So David Palms back out, pitching very well, 1 run, unearned on 6 hits in 4 innings of work. He's walked none and struck out 3. Here's Graven. He singled his first time up. And the pitch from Palms is grounded down the first base line. Foul. Coranto gave chase to it, but it was ruled a foul ball by base umpire Patrick Burns. Our home plate umpire is John Leeds, a veteran crew in this ball game. Nice night here at historic Cardines Field. And the 0-1. Breaking ball popped up in the infield. Who's going to get it? It's the shortstop, Legg, who reels it in. 1 away.
Of course, even a veteran crew can make mistakes. The talk of baseball still about Jim Joyce's call.
Oh,
that
brother.
Perfect game.
Well,
it would have been a perfect game.
It should have been a perfect game, but nobody's perfect. And the class that was shown by everybody involved between Galarraga and Joyce is extraordinary. Pitch from Palms is a big swing and a miss from Sean Callahan. 0-1. Callahan 0 for 1. He grounded into a fielder's choice. Armando Galarraga. What a performance. Swing and a miss again to Callahan. Palms quickly ahead, 0-2. On deck, Jason Banos. Palms delivers. Just misses the outside corner there, 1-2.
He's really been painting the corners so far in this outing. I haven't seen too many pitchers that have been way outside.
Indeed. Pitch. Bounces. That one's 2-2 now, the count now. We go to the top of the order after this. 2-1 Newport in front. And the left-hander Palms deals. Lined into right field. That's going to dunk in and for a base hit in front of Carey. A 1-out single for Sean Callahan. And the tying run is aboard.
Mentioned that the Navigators are a chartered franchise in the ACBL going all the way back to the league's founding in First season in 1994. Three-time league champions as the Middletown Giants, 97, 98, and 99. Second most championships just to the Newport Gulls.
Yeah, they produced the big leaguer Rajay Davis, those Middletown Giants teams. And the pitch from Palms is grounded to second, could be two. Fielded by Hopkins. He flips the leg for one, on to first. Not in time. Banos beats the relay.
Any child who
And
wants
it's
to
a
participate in the
4-6
YMCA
fielder's
Jets
choice.
contest
So
should now
2
come
out,
to the main gate
1
to
on,
sign
and here
up.
comes Matt Avery. Avery, 2 for 2 today. He singled in the first. He singled in the fourth. And he stole a base. Avery, left-handed hitter, facing, and another pickoff. And the throw down to second is in plenty of time. Banos caught up on the pickoff. That's a 1-3-6
Okay, ladies and
pickoff
gentlemen,
for the
it is
final
now
out of the
time
fifth
for
inning.
the
No runs, 1 hit, no errors,
YMCA
and 1 left on
Jets
base. At the end of 4.5, we're halfway through. It's Newport 2, North Shore 1 on the NECBL Broadcast Network. Derek and the Dominoes take us to the bottom of the fifth. Newport in front of North Shore 2-1. Forston, Nugent, and Anarumo due up against Mark Williams, who stays in the game to pitch the fifth. Williams gave up a pair of runs in the first, but has shaken it off, getting out of some jams in the first and second inning, and the third for that matter. And he stranded a runner at third last inning. So Newport has been getting on base, but only 2 runs so far against the big right-hander, and now Chris Forston will get into the box. I'm sorry, that's Kevin Caranto coming into the box. I was a little ahead of myself there. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Caranto, Forston, and Nugent due up. Caranto, 1 for 2 with a double and an RBI. And that one is lined into left field. Giving chase is Pisano. And he makes the play. 1 down. Now Chris Forston can come to bat. Forston, 1 for 2 with a double. He grounded out to second as well. Williams really settling down here and giving Jeff Waldron and the Navs a solid performance thus far. 2-1 Newport in front. Williams deals. Line right at Melchionda. A 1 pitch out there. They're quickly 2 away. Here comes Bryce Nugent. He walked in the first and flew to center in the third. Nugent, a star offensively and defensively for the Marist Red Foxes. He had .333, but also threw out 39% of base stealers behind the plate. Williams deals. There's a nice strike on the inside corner, 0-1. Nugent, a junior out of Binghamton, who bounces one past the dive of Waldrop, and the ball goes into left field. A 2-out single for Bryce Nugent. That is the Gulls' 6th hit of the ball game. So 1 out, 2 away, 1 on, 2 away. And here's Greg Anarumo.
Nice 2-out single there by Nugent. Found the hole between the first baseman and the second baseman.
Anarumo looking for a sign from Winterroud down at third base, and he's 0 for 1. He hit into a 6-4-3 double play, and he drew a walk. 1 of 4 walks issued by Williams, and that one is grounded past Banos, but it doesn't go very far. Holding at second is Nugent. And Anarumo reaches with a hit. So a 2-out rally for the Gulls after Caranto and Forston were retired. Singles by Nugent and Anarumo have put a runner in scoring position with 2 away. Here's Logan Gillis.
Number 2, Logan
Gillis 0 for 1. He got on base the hard way in the second. He was hit by a pitch and he flew to right. That one is popped up off first, giving chase is Waldrop. He can't quite get to it near the dugout, the Newport dugout. So the count 0-1. Wonderful night here at Cardines Field in Newport.
This crowd may be close to 3,000. Of course, we set the new record for attendance here at Cardines Field at the last game played here back on August 10th. The championship game 3 against Vermont, 3,575. We don't have quite that many here, but perhaps 3,100.
Very impressive. Here's the 0-1. That one misses outside. 1 ball on a strike. Cardines Field, the home of the George Connolly Sunset League. Games that started at 5:30 and played till dusk. Now with lights, they can play at night. It's the oldest continuous amateur baseball league in America.
A lot of history at this ballpark. Sunset League, a big part of it.
Sure is. And the 1-1 to Gillis. Popped up in foul ground, out of play. As Gillis reaches, it'll be Brent Hopkins. 2-1 your score from Newport. Gulls in front of the Navs. Mark Williams dueling with David Palms. Williams is set. And the 1-2. Low, 2-2. Due up for North Shore in the 6th. Avery, Melchionda, and Waldrop. And here comes a 2-2. Swing and a ground ball to short. Geffert fields, fires, got him.
What a play.
Nice play by Geffert, again playing out of position at shortstop. Good job there. Newport is retired. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left on base at the end of 5. It's 2-1 Gulls on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
We would also like to wish a happy birthday to 6-year-old John and Nathan. Happy birthday.
Back for the top of the 6th. Avery, Melchionda, and Waldrop will bat for North Shore against David Palms, who is cruising along here. He's thrown 62 pitches, 41 of which went for strikes. Looks like we're about ready to start play here. Matt Avery coming up. He's 2 for 2, trying to continue his hot hitting. As Newport ahead 2-1. Avery trying to get something started and get a rally going for the Navs. Palms has the green light from Leeds, and now here's the pitch. That one is a ball low. 1-0 on a breaking ball. Avery out of Cypress Junior College. And he waits for a 1-0. Swing and a foul into the screen, 1-1. Foul that off to the left side. Avery, 2 for 2 today. He hit .324 for the Cypress College Chargers. And he takes one low and outside, 2-1. Palms, 5 innings, 7 hits, 1 run. No walks or 3 strikeouts. Here's the 2-1. That one is lined into center field. Moving over is Kelleher, and he reels it in for the first out of the top of the 6th.
Well, many of you might be aware, may not be aware, the NECBL signed a new deal with Point Streak to host a website this year, and it is really an incredible new feature, a new tool here for the fans around the league to use. While you're either watching the game on your computer or listening, you can watch this great new statistical.
There's a ground ball on the first pitch by Melchionda over to the pitcher, Palms, and he tosses over for the second out of the inning. That user interface on Point Streak is just phenomenal. And it's live updates, so that grounder back to the mound should come up there any minute now.
Literally pitch by pitch. It's
there it is. So
one pitch behind real time. In the majors, you're not that close.
That's phenomenal. So here's Waldrop, 1 for 2. He scored the Navs' only run of the game so far on the error, and that one is lined into right center field and deep. Coming over is Kelleher. What a play! A nice sliding play, moving into the right center field gap. by Brendan Kelleher, I'm sorry.
Yeah, let's see if we can get
Let's
instant
see the
replay on
replay
that.
here. That one is a nice shot by Waldrop and a beautiful sliding catch to end the top of the 6th. Hang a star on that one. No runs, no hits, no errors. We're through 5.5, 2-1 Newport on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a pitching change for the North Shore Navigators.
Bottom of the 6th at Cardines Field, and right now we have a pitching change. Dan Duvall, a right-hander, comes in for Mark Williams. Williams closed the book on him, 5 innings, 2 runs on 7 hits, 4 walks, 4 strikeouts. He did hit a batter. He is the pitcher of record, and he would be due to get the loss. He cannot win it. Duvall, 5'9", 160-pound freshman out of Middleton, Massachusetts, graduate of Masconomet High School, and he currently attends Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute for the Red Hawks. He had a record of 4-3 this season with an ERA of 3.18. He pitched for the Navigators last season in 4 appearances. He made 4 appearances for them, and now leading things off is Brent Hopkins. Duvall deals. That one is grounded to the left side, fielded by Melchionda. He throws across the diamond in plenty of time to retire Hopkins. Score that one 5-3. And here comes Kevin Carey. Duvall, in 4 appearances with the Navs last year, he pitched in 6 innings, giving up 5 runs on 6 hits. He walked 9 and struck out 5.
Number 4, Kevin.
So here's Carey, 0 for 2. He grounded into a double play and struck out swinging. Duvall deals a strike taken by Carey. Here's the pitch from Duvall. Swing and a miss. A weak hack there by Carey. And the count 0-2. Duvall had a rough outing here on July 28th last season. All 3 of his wild pitches came in that inning, in that game, as there's a ball high. 1-2 the count now. 2-1 your score. Newport in front. 1-7-0 for North Shore. That one misses high and outside. 2-2 your count. 1-7-0 North Shore. 1-7-1 North Shore. 2-7-1 for Newport. Here's a pitch to Carey, and he takes called strike 3. Nice pitch there by Duvall on a breaking ball. His first strikeout of the evening, and there are 2 away.
It's now 2 strikeouts for Carey, the Rhode Island College freshman.
1 swinging, 1 looking. Back to the top of the order, it's Derek Legg. Legg has reached all 3 times today. Walked and scored a run in the first. He walked in the second. And in the fourth, he singled, stole second, and then moved to third on a throwing error by Sucherowitz. There's a big swing and a miss there by Legg. 0-1 your count. Williams pitched well in the start for North Shore. Gave up 2 runs in 5 innings. But he finds himself on the short end of a 2-1 ball game. David Palms pitching very well for the Gulls. Duvall's delivery is low and inside. 1-1. Due up in the top of the 7th for North Shore, Geffert, Pisano, and Sucherowitz. Here's the 0-1. That one's fouled off to the left side, over the stands, as all the fans there give a look to see how it lands into the street there. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Newport in front 2-1 in the bottom of the 6th. As time is called, Legg asking for time, granted by John Leeds. Brendan Kelleher on deck. He made a spectacular sliding catch in the top of the 6th. And here's a pitch, check swing. Did he go around? No, he did not. So the count goes full. certainly didn't look like he went around on that pitch.
Good job to check the swing there. High fastball.
Here's a payoff pitch. Oh, we have some problem with the scoreboard there. That was the 2-2 pitch, and the count is now 3-2.
That scoreboard is notorious over there.
I'm sure it's fooled many an announcer and fan. Here's the payoff pitch. There's a ground ball right back to Duvall. He knocks it down and throws over to first in time. A 1-2-3 inning for Dan Duvall. Good job there. No runs, no hits, no errors, and none left on base. We're through 6 innings of play. It's 2-1 Newport on the NECBL Broadcast Network. Top of the 7th. It at Cardines Field. Gulls lead the Navigators 2-1 as we head to the top of the 7th. And here to take you with the play-by-play is Nick Lima.
Thank you very much, James Smythe. George Bissell joining us as well here in the broadcast booth as the Newport Gulls still holding on to a 2-1 lead against the Navigators. Dave Palms out there for inning number 7 of work. His first pitch is a breaking ball up and away for ball 1.
Talk about early in the season, shorthanded. You want your pitchers to go deep into games. Palms doing exactly that. Only 1 run given up on 7 hits. That run unearned after an error. 3 strikeouts for Palms so far.
The 1-0 is cut on a miss. Misses the fastball, and the count's even at 1-1. Geffert is 2 for 2. Pair of singles tonight. Pitch is popped up. Foul back and out of play, lands on West Marlborough Street behind us. Haven't heard the sirens wailing from the fire station. Must be a quiet night here in Newport despite being a Friday.
Everybody's at the baseball game.
Big crowd here tonight.
Close to 3,000. The 1-1 is low ball 2. I wouldn't be surprised to get an official attendance soon of 28 or 2,900. Pitch. Check swing foul, rolling towards the Gulls dugout. The count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Geffert, 14 homers, 64 runs driven in Southern Connecticut this spring. Taps the plate, looks in on Palms, the 2-2 delivery. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Chased a high fastball.
Yeah, big rip at it from Geffert. Came up with nothing.
Palms has been working that strike zone all night.
That's 4 Ks for Mr. Palms.
1 each in the first, third, fourth, and now the 7th inning. Dario Pisano to bat now. Pisano 0 for 2. Pitch on the outside corner for strike 1. Bounce to second to end the 2nd inning. Return an error committed by Gulls second baseman Brent Hopkins in the 4th. The pitch. On the outside corner for strike 2. Pisano must like multiples of 2. He wears number 29. Not a multiple of 2. The 2-2. Oh, the 0-2 is swung on a miss. Strike 3 goes down on 3 pitches. Back-to-back strikeouts for David Palms. He is very sharp still here in the 7th inning.
He has been lights out. That 1 run unearned.
The catcher,
6 2/3.
number 35, Matt Sucharowitz.
Matt Sucharowitz to bat now. Sucharowitz is 0 for 2. Strikeout victim to end the 4th and pop a second to begin the 3rd. 2 outs here in the 7th. The pitch. Lowered away, missed with a fastball. 1-0. Sucharowitz. The spring batted .340. 7 homers, 40 RBI, NCAA play as the next one is cut on miss. Strike 1.
Palms making him miss by a lot this inning.
He's really bringing the heat. Great command on his pitches. He doesn't miss the strike zone by much. He's really keeping batters off balance. Outfield playing a little bit deep here. They're not quite used to the regular positions here at Cardines. The 1-1. Swung on the line drive to right field. That's going to drop down for a base hit. It'll be extra bases for Sucharowitz. He's going to round first. He hesitated momentarily into second with a stand-up double with 2 down here in the 7th. And that'll bring the go-ahead run to the plate as the tying runs in scoring position here. The Navigators will try for a little 2-out rally.
He got a hold of that one.
He's definitely waiting for a fastball from Palms, who's been powering into the zone, particularly here in the 7th inning. And he sat back on that one. Launched it to right center field, well into the gap and down into the corner.
Bear with us, please. The center fielder, number 24.
Braxton Raven is 1 for 2. Single, popped to short. It's an opportunity to tie the game or more here in the pitch. It's low for ball 1 as Palms goes to work. David, the Tiger of Princeton. A great postseason appearance where he picked up a save in Sanford on the road back in August 6th of last year in the playoffs. That one's popped up. Should end the inning. Calling for it, the center fielder. Kelleher is under it. He has it for the out and retires the side. We're through 6.5 here from Cardines Field. The Newport Gulls still leading the North Shore Navigators 2-1 as we continue on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
Pulling tonight's ticket on behalf of Middletown Baseball is Mike. Which number is it, Mike?
Back here now at Cardines Field, we go to the home half of the 7th inning as the traditional "Take Me Out to the Ball Game" was just sung by the fans here at Cardines Field. 2-1 the Gulls lead it here in the home half of the 7th. We'll take 10 seconds for station identification here on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
NCTV 18 Newport County, the World Wide Web, and on DVD. This is Newport Gulls Baseball on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
That, please come to the main gate and claim your prize.
Dan Duvall out there for another inning of relief here in the 7th. Came on 1-2-3-6, picked up a strikeout. As both of these teams short-handed. Not a lot of options to go to in the bullpen, so looking for a little bit of long relief here from Daniel. I want to keep the Navigators in this game. They'll have to go up against the heart of the Newport Gulls order. 2, 3, and 4 due up right now. Kelleher stands in, takes a fastball on the inside corner for strike 1. Brendan is 1 for 3. Ripped an RBI double off the wall, right field, off in back of the first inning. Struck out and bounced to short. This one's lined over the head of the leaping second baseman into right field. That's a base hit. A bloop single for Kelleher. He's 2 for 4.
Any child 48 inches or under should now come to the left field side to be measured for Chase the Gun.
Kevin Caranto to bat now. He's 1 for 3 himself. Struck out looking. Fly to left. Back in the first inning, an RBI double. Batting .333 on the young season. He bats from the left side. The big Caranto waits the pitch. Fastball on the outside corner for strike 1. Hank Williams on the hook right now. Could see David Palms back out there for the 8th inning. Checking the runner at first. Back standing is Kelleher, who for George Washington swiped 18 bags this spring, though he's 8 for 15. The 0-1. Fastball is away. The count's even at 1-1. Forced him to follow. As Caranto stands back in. Number 3 man in the lineup. Awaits the 1-1 delivery. It's taken high and inside, ball 2. Mike Coombs, the Gulls veteran manager of 6 seasons now. Really stacked the hard hitters here in 2, 3, and 4 spots in the lineup. Caranto batted .413 for Siena. Pitch swung on and missed. Tried to hold up the swing but went around.
And don't forget about Bryce Nugent.
Nugent batting number 5, hit .325 for Maris. Even Forston at .289, who's on deck right now, drove in 52 runs for William and Mary this spring. The Gulls front office was busy this offseason. Looking for championship number 5. The 4th championship last year, unprecedented here in the NECBL. The 2-2 pitch, foul to the screen, shakes up our backstop camera position a little bit. One of 4 cameras we have for you tonight. We'll have 5 many nights this season. Our all-volunteer crew here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. If you're watching on the live Team Line video feed, you can see all 4 cameras simultaneously right now. Thanks to Tom Lima, our director and executive producer down in the control room. The 2-2 pitch, swung on and missed, strike 3. Caranto goes down by way of the cave for the 2nd time tonight. There's one away for Forston.
Now, what's interesting, the three biggest bats in this lineup, Quarento, Forston, and Nugent, all three are catchers. You rarely see power hitting catchers in today's day and age. So really interesting. Mike Coombs and the staff for the Gulls brought in three power hitting catchers.
Forston is 1 for 3. He doubled, lined to third, grounded out to second. First pitch is strike one.
Over the most legendary Newport Gull, Chris Iannetta, catcher
Another
for the
backstop.
Colorado Rockies. Another backstop. So they obviously have an eye when it comes to picking backstop down.
George, you and I caught up with Chris Iannetta this January at the Gulls Hot Stove Dinner as the 0-1 pitch is fouled to the right now to play beyond the Mudville Pub. He's one of 5 Gulls and one former Gull staffer honored at the first annual inaugural Hall of Fame induction. Kyle Hankert among those. Lou Gorman was the staffer, former chairman of the board of the Gulls. Long-time advocate of the baseball here in Newport. The pitch is swung on and missed. Strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts for Duval. After giving up the leadoff signal to Kelleher, he's going right after the heart of the Gulls order here as Bryce Nugent comes up now. Nugent singled, walked, and fly to center. Daniel is working very quickly out there. From the stretch, he deals, a runner goes. It's taken inside, throw to second. High, not in time. Stolen base for Brandon Kelleher. That's his first swipe bag in a Gulls uniform.
He stole 9 bags for the Colonials, and he gets his first as a Gull.
Yeah, Sucherowicz kind of floated the throw out to second. He might have had him on a good throw. Didn't get it in time.
Could we have some running Gulls this year? That's 2 stolen bases tonight. Normally the Gulls are last or second to last in the league in stolen bases. The one offensive category that they don't really focus too much on.
Maybe a different look for Mike Coombs in his club.
Gulls' style of play under Mike Coombs has been very similar to the Red Sox. Very few stolen bases, very few bunts, if any.
No.
More like Earl Weaver ball.
A lot of power, though. They always have a couple players that can hit for great average. Mike Tampson, a couple years back, had over 400 for the Gulls. They've had several 400 hitters.
I think the most interesting approach in the big leagues nowadays is the Cito Gaston approach. Swing for the fences.
2-0 the count on Nugent. That's been Paul Konerko's approach, I think, with the White Sox, George. leads baseball 16 home runs right now. The 2-0 pitch. He's in there for a strike.
I love getting your texts at 1 in the morning about Paul Konerko.
He's on my fantasy team.
Providence native, if I'm correct.
Correct.
A local guy.
2-1 the count. The pitch. Here it comes. Swung on, grounded to short. Geffert fields, throws the first in time. While the out there retires the side. The Gulls strand another runner. They've left 9, and they still lead it 2-1. We're through 7 innings. We go to the 8th. Right after this on the NECBL Broadcast Network. Tad the Gully just wrapping up here at Cardines Field as they get all the young kids off the field after chasing down Newport's famous Gully mascot. Newport fed Gully out there in right field. Going on for years here at Cardines Field. Now, they changed the name a few years back. It used to be called Tackle the Gully, and Gully would get pummeled, knocked down, beat up out there, and then they couldn't find somebody to beat Gully anymore. So they changed it to Tad the Gully. The kids have to run out, and the first one back to the third base line in the outfield gets a free ticket or some sort of souvenir item.
Temporary tattoos. Surprise award. You know who North Shore hasn't been able to tag tonight has been David Palms. Through 7 innings, only 8 hits, 1 run unearned, and 5 Ks.
No walks either.
No. Great control. He's been around the strike zone all night. Let's keep it going here in the 8th inning.
It'll be up to the Gulls bullpen now as we go to the 8th. Face number 9-man Sean Callahan. Will be a new pitcher for the Newport Gulls. John Farrell making his Newport Gulls debut here. Try and hold this 1-run lead. Now, we haven't really had a chance to talk to him yet. We don't believe he's any relation to the Red Sox pitching coach of the same name.
You never know, though.
We'll have to find out on the team bus on the ride to Sanford tomorrow. Farrell takes over for Palms here in the 8th inning. First pitch of Callahan is taken for a strike. Can you tell us anything about John Farrell, George?
Let me flip through my notes here.
I've got his numbers here from William and Mary.
Pitch is low.
Farrell, 3-3 record in 20 appearances, all out of the bullpen, and an ERA of 3.99. Picked up 6 saves for the Tribe.
This one is skied down the right field line in foul territory, giving chases the first baseman Caranto, and he's going to want you to land into the concession stand just beyond the fence and out of play.
Farrell, in 38 in the 3rd innings of work, gave up 38 hits, 17 earned runs, 19 walks, and 56 strikeouts, which was 3rd best on the Tribe.
1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3. First batter he sees fans as Callahan goes down. The second round to the top of the order for the 4th time tonight. Jason Banos, who's 0 for 3.
Talk about pitching, one of the strengths of this Newport Gulls team. Traditionally, no relievers have been excellent. Farrell looks to continue that tradition this year. Talked about the strikeout to walk ratio, 56 to 19. That's quite impressive.
First pitch, strike, fastball right in there from Farrell. Gulls general manager Chuck Paver told us that Mike Coombs is going to have a tough time this season as the 0-1 pitch is cut on in this strike 2. Told us in our pregame show front office report prior to the start of today's game. He's going to have a tough time determining who the back end and the front end of this bullpen rotation is going to be with so much talent out there, especially when some of the pitchers are here. There's only about 5 available right now, the 0-2. Ground ball bounced to the right side. It's chopping foul in front of the first base bag.
It's never a bad problem for a manager to have when you have too many quality arms.
Yeah, I bet Mike Coombs won't be complaining very much.
Certainly not. Well, he's had very little to complain about here at Newport with all the talent he's managed here the last few years. A team that's consistently been in the league championship series, winning 2 out of the last 4 seasons. 0-2. Outside, ball 1.
Yeah, Coombs with a career record of 161 and 79 and made the finals 4 out of the last 5 years.
His 0-16 that didn't make the finals did take the league record all time in wins of the season with 32 and 10. 1-2 pitch, check swing, did he go? No, says Pat Burns, the first baseline.
Gulls almost matched that last year with 31.
They had 1 game rained out, so they didn't have an opportunity to go for the tie of that record. Again, that didn't need to be made up. This 2-2 pitch is outside. Of course, many teams last year couldn't even get 40, and never mind 41. Some had 38, 39 with all the rainouts. The Gulls had, I believe, 14 rainouts last season, 13 of which had to be made up. We had double headers or off days. At one point, Newport played 13 games in 12 days. Strike 3 called on the inside corner. Breaking ball that time from Banos. Or to Banos from John Farrell. He's got some good stuff out there. Not rusty at all. Coming here from William and Mary. First pitch to Matt Avery, misses ball 1. Avery is 2 for 3 tonight, a pair of singles. Flied out to deep center his last time, 1-0. Foul to the left side towards West Marlboro Street and the Newport Visitors Center gateway across the street here. Out of play. Some ballparks, that ball landed where the stands are. Here, the stands are where foul territory should be. The fans love it, though. Pitch, swing and a miss. Late on a fastball.
Farrell, very impressive.
That radar gun isn't working too accurately tonight. It's mounted just below the strike indicator on the scoreboard. 2-2. Swung on and missed, strike 3. John Farrell strikes out the side in order. Here in the 8th, 1-2-3, they go down. Great relief from Farrell in a 1-run ball game. We're through 7.5 from Cardines Field. Newport 2, North Shore 1 on the NECBL Broadcast Network. Last of the 8th here at Cardines Field in a tight ball game, 2-1. Newport leads North Shore as Daniel Duvall goes out for his 3rd inning of relief. He tied 6 of the 7 batters he's faced, 3 by way of the strikeout. Just 1 hit to Brendan Kelleher to lead off the 7th. He tied the next 3 batters he faced. The 6, 7, and 8 do up for Newport here. Greg Inarumo bounced into a 6-4-3 double play, walked and reached an infield single. Inarumo faced Duvall, the pitch. Off-speed deliveries on the inside corner for strike 1.
Top of the 8th at North Adams.
This pitch is taken high.
Sorry about that. Top of the 8th at North Adams. Steeple Cats lead Bristol 4-1. Top 7 in Montpelier. Vermont trails Holyoke 7-0.
A 1-1 pitch coming to Gregory. Here it is. Swung on, lifted in the air, shallow center field, charging in. Graven still charging in now. Banos goes out and makes an over-the-shoulder catch. And shallow right for the inning's first out.
Top of the 6th at Keene. Lowell leads the Swamp Bats 5-1. And at Laconia, the Muskrats lead Sanford 2-1. Navs will be going to Laconia tomorrow night.
It's interesting to see how that ballpark looks up there. Pitch to Gillis is up and away, ball 1. I know they made a lot of off-season improvements, adding bleachers and whatnot.
I heard, and it'll be interesting to see how the renovated Robbie Mills Park looks.
From the stretch, Daniel's pitch is taken high and inside, ball 2. Gillis was 0 for 2. Was hit by a pitch, and Williams back in the 2nd inning. 2-0 to count. The delivery is taken high and inside, ball 3. Well, it's the first time that the ball has fallen behind a batter 3-0. Brent Hopkins to follow here. As the Gulls would like a little bit of insurance before sending this one to the 9th.
Yeah, I wonder if Farrell's going to be back out there. He struck out the side in the 8th inning.
The 3-0 pitch. Strike on the inside corner. It's a hitters count 3-1.
North Shore is going to have the big bats coming up in the 9th. Melchionda, Waldrop, and Geffert, the heart of the Navigators order.
3-1. Swung on, popped up. Right side, giving chases Waldrop. In front of the scoreboard, foul territory. He reaches over, makes the catch.
Oh,
for out number 2.
Nice play there by Waldrop, having to navigate the tricky foul ground with all the fencing.
Is that the first foul out of the ball game? I believe so.
I believe so. Well, there's not a whole lot of room to operate.
That's about the one place you can get one there where the foul territory extends, 45 feet. Ground ball hit to the right side. Up with it is Hopkins. Throws the first to retire. Right up with Banos. Throws the first to retire Brent Hopkins. 1-2-3 inning for Daniel Duvall with continued great relief for the North Shore Navigators. We go to the 9th inning here at Cardines Field. Newport Gulls still leading North Shore 2-1. Heart of the order due up next here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. Stay tuned. The Irish fans and many others looking on here at Cardines Field as Seth Simmons will make his Newport Gulls debut, one of several candidates for the closer spot here. And as the Newport Gulls get this 2010 season underway, their 10th anniversary season here in Newport, and looking to open it up with a win here tonight at Cardines Field. They lead the North Shore Navigators 2-1 as Simmons will face the heart of the order here in the Navigators 9th.
Simmons, a righty out of East Carolina University. The Pirates, in 28 appearances, he went 2-5 with a 4.39 ERA. He had 9 saves in 41 innings pitched. He had 44 strikeouts to only 25 walks. So Simmons tied with Gardner Lever for the Gulls' lead in saves from the spring 2010 collegiate season. So he's one of the candidates for the job. He's going to get his first opportunity facing the heart of the North Shore order in the top of the 9th.
Great Caroline echoing through the rafters here at Cardines Field. We have the official attendance report, 3,012, 3012. So here we are on opening night, already surpassing 3,000. Always a benchmark. See that number on the attendance report a few times a season.
Leading off the ninth inning for the North Shore Navigators, the third baseman, number 10, Anthony Melchionda.
Anthony Melchionda. This is the first pitch for strike one. He's 0 for 3 tonight. Trying to get a rally going here for North Shore as Simmons will look to shut him down. The pitch. Fastball up and away, ball one. Melchionda bounced into a 5-4-3 double play, lined into a double play, grounded out. The 1-1. Swung on and missed, strike two.
Looked like he was trying to tie the game on that one.
If they haven't played in a summer league before, another thing these players are getting used to is the wooden bats. You'll see some averages that were high in college fall, at least at the beginning of the season, before they get really used to the differences. So 1-2, skips in the dirt, count even at 2-2. Even if they have swung the wooden bat before, they've been playing with aluminum all throughout the spring.
Figure it has to be a very big adjustment.
That's what the scouts like to see, how they'll make that adjustment here, and also how they deal with the travel schedules. That mirrors some minor league teams.
Can be grueling.
2-2. Swung on and missed, strike three. 4 straight strikeouts for Newport Gulls relievers as Simmons fans the first he sees. Now Ben Waldrop.
That's some serious gas on that fastball from Simmons.
I wish that radar gun was working down there.
Number 27,
Ben Waldrop, 1 for 3. Single, a ground out, and a fly out on the night. He'll bat from the left side against the righty Simmons, who comes to the stretch at the belt. He fires. Fastball fouled off. That one came in probably a little over 90 miles per hour. A lot of heat from Simmons' arm. 3,000 fans looking for a Gulls win here tonight.
Definitely closer material Simmons throwing out there right now.
The 0-1. Ground ball slapped to the right side. Sound like he cracked his bat. Up with the first baseman. Tosses underhand to Simmons covering. Parental to Simmons, and there's 2 down in the ninth. Newport Gulls looking to take game 1 here of this 6-game series. Game 1 of their 2010 10th anniversary season here in Newport. Ryan Gefford is the last hope for the North Shore Navigators, who trail 2-1 with 2 outs here in the ninth. Seth Simmons will look in and get his sign from his catcher, Bryce Nugent. Simmons working again out of the stretch. With no one on base, here's the pitch. Swung on a miss, strike one. He's laying on a fastball.
Only one Navs hitter has reached since there was 1 out in the 5th.
David Palm's outstanding performance tonight. 1 unearned run through 7. Is the 0-1. Swung on a miss, and couldn't catch up to the fastball, and Navigators are down to their last strike. A 1-run game here in the ninth. Seth Simmons looking for a 1-2-3 inning. He's ready. He deals the 0-2 pitch. Skips in the dirt to the backstop. Ball 1.
Tried to overthrow that one a little bit.
He's smelling the end of the game there.
Yeah.
Newport 17-3 here at Cardines Field at home last year. 4-1 in the postseason. Looking to go 1-0 here to start their 10th season here in Newport. Again, Simmons, the 1-2 pitch. Swung on, popped up foul, back and out of play. Gefford stays alive. Should he reach, Dario Pisano waits on deck. Ryan Gefford, pair of singles, a strikeout on the night.
This is who they want up. He's got big time power.
Infield plays him straight away. 1-2 the count. Once again, here's the pitch. Breaking ball, misses a little low and away. Counts 2-2. What a beautiful opening night has been here at Cardines Field. Hopefully the start to another great summer. A 2-2 pitch. Just missed. Oh, he wanted that one. The counts worked full.
That one missed by a hair, and now the Navigators have new life.
Simmons looking in. 2 outs. He comes to the stretch. The payoff pitch. Swung on and foul tipped off the catcher's admit, oh, he just got a piece of that one, as Geffert fighting to stay alive here. The Navigators' last hope here in the ninth. 41 games remain on the schedule for these two teams after tonight. It'll be a long season. The Gulls looking to start it with a win. Simmons from the stretch, the payoff pitch. Ground ball, rather fouled back again to the screen.
Geffert putting together a great at-bat.
Quite a battle going on between these two.
He's making Seth Simmons work as Ryan steps out, taps the plate, and looks out on Simmons, who toes the rubber. Gets the sign from Nugent. He's ready. The 3-2 pitch. Swung on and missed, strike three, and this one's over. Newport Gulls defeat the North Shore Navigators 2-1 here in a tight game at Cardines Field. They open their 10th season here in the City by the Sea with a win, watched by 3,000 fans. And just like Newport finished 2009, they're off rolling again here in 2010. The Gulls now leave for a 2-game road trip. We'll be in Sanford tomorrow, but don't go away, folks, because our broadcast tonight is far from over yet. We have a full post-game show, totals, highlights, stats, standings, out-of-town scores, and much, much more, including our player of the game interviews. That's all still to come next. Stay tuned, don't go away here on the ACBL Broadcast Network. Your final Newport Gulls 2, North Shore Navigators 1. We'll be right back after this. Back here at Cardines Field, the victory tonight for the Newport Gulls as they defeat the North Shore Navigators. 2-1, the final score. David Palms, the winner of tonight's ball game with a strong 7-inning performance, just a 1 unearned run. Mark Williams will be the tough luck loser for the North Shore Navigators. He struggled a little bit early, but really settled down, going through 5 innings.
He sure did settle down after that rocky first inning. Williams' line, he takes a tough loss. 5 innings, 2 runs, 7 hits, 4 walks, 4 strikeouts, and he did hit a batter. Dan Duvall did a good job out of the pen. In 3 innings of work, he did not allow a run. He gave up just 1 hit, walked none, and struck out 3.
So a very tight ball game here tonight, George, as Newport and North Shore. Battle number 1 is in the books, 5 more still to go.
Yeah, it was quite a battle here tonight, especially in the 9th inning. North Shore did not want to quit. They never give up at any point during this game. But it started in the 1st inning with 2 straight doubles, and that ended up being the deciding runs of the game. Williams struggled in that 1st inning, and that ultimately was the difference here in this one.
So what's up next for North Shore?
Well, tomorrow the Navigators head to Laconia, New Hampshire, to take on the Muskrats. First pitch of that game is at 7 o'clock. And then Sunday is the home opener at Fraser Field in Lynn. They take on the Sanford Mainers. And the first pitch of that game, like all games at Fraser Field, will be at 6:15.
Of course, these two teams meet again on Sunday, June 13th at Fraser Field. George will be on that broadcast for me, so I'll see you again probably next couple of weeks. Great working with you here for
Great
Game
working with
1,
you
James.
too.
Look forward to working with you all season long and seeing you again. And these two teams do have some more games like this one.
And I'll tell you what, if the other games are any bit as good as this one, we are in for one heck of a season.
Thank you very much, James. We'll catch up with you next time.
All right, thanks, guys.
And don't go away. The Newport Gulls post-game report continues with the out-of-town scores and the totals coming up next on the ACBL Broadcast Network. And stay tuned. The player of the game interview still to come. Don't go away here on the ACBL Broadcast Network. Welcome back here at Cardines Field in Newport, Rhode Island, as the Newport Gulls defeat the North Shore Navigators 2-1. This is our Newport Gulls post-game report. Totals in this one for the North Shore Navigators: 1 run on 8 hits, an error, 4 left on base. For the Newport Gulls, 2 runs on 8 hits, 1 error, they left 9. The win goes to David Palms. 7 innings, 1 run, it was unearned, allowed 8 hits, no walks, 5 strikeouts. He proves a 1-0. The loss will go to Mark Williams. Williams falls to 0-1. He worked 5 innings, allowed 2 earned runs, 7 hits, 4 walks, 4 strikeouts, and hit a batter. Ran into a little bit of trouble early and then settled down. As some good news tonight for the North Shore Navigators despite the loss. Williams and Duvall both pitched very effectively. Duvall coming in with some scoreless relief that kept the Navigators in the game and kept this one close. But the Newport Gulls bullpen was effective as well. John Farrell coming on in the 8th inning in relief of David Palms, who again pitched 7 strong innings. He struck out the side in the 8th. Then Seth Simmons, 2 strikeouts, a 1-2-3 ninth for the Newport Gulls. Simmons picks up the save, his first of the season. The game took 2 hours and 12 minutes to play. It was watched by a crowd sellout of 3,012 here at Cardines Field. Once again, the Newport Gulls showing the big fan support here as they improve to 1-0 on the season. North Shore drops to 1-0-1. Out-of-town scores for you. Holyoke is at Vermont. It's 7-0 Holyoke. They're in the last of the 7th. And the top of the ninth, the Bristol Collegiate Baseball Club is facing the North Adams Steelcats at North Adams. It's 4-1. North Adams leading. Again, they go to the top of the ninth there. In the top of the 7th, Laconia is leading Sanford up in New Hampshire, 3-1. And the Lowell All-Americans playing the Keene Swampbats tonight. 6-1 is the score in that game. They're in the last of the 6th as Lowell's on top. Danbury and New Bedford both off tonight here on opening night. Danbury opens their season tomorrow. New Bedford at home against the Newport Gulls on Sunday. So the Newport Gulls improved to 1-0 with the North Shore Navigators. 5 games remaining in the season series. They'll next face each other on Sunday, June 13th at North Shore at Frazier Field. As George Bissell and James Smythe will have that one for you on the ACBL Broadcast Network. Our next Newport Gulls broadcast is tomorrow night. Newport at Sanford. First pitch at 6:30 on the air pregame show at 6:25 tomorrow night in Sanford, Maine at Goodall Park as Corey Nelson will get the start for the Newport Gulls. The lefty was 2-6 with a 5.15 ERA and 12 starts for the Lemoyne Dolphins this spring. He'll make his Gulls debut tomorrow against a starting pitcher to be named for the Sanford Mainers. Next Newport Gulls home game is on Monday here at Cardines Field, June 7th. That'll be a 6:35 start time. As always, we'll be on the air the pregame show versus Laconia at 6:05 as the Gulls have their first ever meeting with the Laconia Muskrats. Of course, on Sunday, the Gulls once again play New Bedford Bay Sox on the road in New Bedford. So, 3 more games come up in this opening season stretch for the Newport Gulls. And for an off day on Tuesday, we'll have them all for you right here on the ACBL Broadcast Network. Don't go away. The post-game report continues next. We'll be down on the field. Our player of the game interview in just a moment. Again, the final here, Newport Gulls 2 and the North Shore Navigators 1. Post-game report continues in just a minute right here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. Welcome back here at Cardines Field. Our Newport Gulls post-game report continues. Now joined by Gulls player of the game, winning pitcher tonight, David Palms. David, congratulations on an outstanding opening to the season.
Thank you very much. Yeah, it was fun to be out here. It was a beautiful atmosphere, too. We had 3,000 fans out tonight. It was a beautiful night to play baseball.
How does it feel to be back here in Newport for a second season?
I love it. I'm so glad I got to come back. I really wanted to come back. I'm glad Chuck gave me the opportunity. It's going to be a fun summer. Absolutely.
You were really pounding the strike zone tonight. Very rarely were you off the zone at all, and you kept batters on their toes.
Yeah, thanks. I was trying to pitch to contact. I was trying to work the outside corner, work it low, just to get a lot of ground balls. So they got some base hits, but my defense played amazing. We had a lot of double plays. Greg made a nice throw off the fence. Brendan Kelleher made a nice catch out in diving catch out in center field. So pretty amazing out there.
George?
So what does it mean being a native of Rhode Island, going to Bishop Hendricken, being from Smithfield? What does it mean to play for the Gulls and be back in Rhode Island every summer?
I love doing it. It's absolutely amazing. My family gets to come out here and see the games, which is really nice. I got a lot of fans. And I'm also able to come down between the year and visit people that I met over the summer. I get to stay with my host family even during the year. So it was an absolutely amazing opportunity.
Yeah, Nick talked about it. Your control was excellent tonight. You didn't walk any batters. Is that something you worked on just when you got to Newport, really your control? Do they emphasize that?
Yeah, absolutely. That's something I want to work on just because with wood bats, it takes a little while for people to get used to it. They play college with aluminum. And just wood bats, it's really tough, especially because I didn't get to play batting practice today. So, yeah, I was just trying to get into the zone, just work the zone, get some ground balls.
All right, final question for me. What is it against North Shore? 2-0 last year, 1-0 already this year. You have something against them, huh?
Yeah, I was really excited to play them again. I couldn't believe their opening night. It was pretty fun.
All right, thanks, George. David, of course, this team will have a long time still to gel. A lot of players not even here yet. Temporary players in right now. Some may stay the season, some may not. But how is this team melding right now with 3 more games to go before you even get a day off to start the season?
Yeah, I think it's great. Everybody's a great guys, great teammates. They're all cheering for each other. There's no jealousy, nothing like that on the team. Our pen is amazing. Our bullpen, as you saw, 5 strikeouts of the 6 outs, and we first inning we exploded with some hits. We slowed down a little bit after that, but that's to be expected. First game, I think we're gonna do amazing. Yeah.
All right, David, good luck to you and the team as the Gulls go to Sanford tomorrow. We'll catch up with you later on in the season.
Thank you very much. Can't wait to see you guys.
And congratulations on the victory tonight.
Thank you.
George and I will be back up to wrap things up. Just a minute next here on the ACBL Broadcast Network. Back here one final time at Cardines Field in Newport, Rhode Island, as the Gulls defeat the North Shore Navigators 2-1 here in Game 1 of this, the Gulls' 10th anniversary season here in the City by the Sea. The opening to 2010 is an opening with a victory for the Newport Gulls, as Newport relies on the arm of David Palms and some early offense. Back in the first inning, 2 runs scored. That was the difference as the Gulls take the victory here in Game 1, 41 more still to go. Let's pause for a moment and thank those who made this broadcast possible. The executive producer of Newport Gulls Baseball and our director tonight, Tom Lima. Our associate producer, Joe Laughlin. Our on-site engineer, Everton Carter. And our statistician, Josh Leobowitz. George Bissell, the Newport Gulls, with a great victory here tonight. You're 1-0 so far here as a member of the Gulls organization. What's your first impressions of this ball field?
It feels pretty special. You saw 3,000 fans, over 3,000 fans came out for tonight's game. So it just talks about the loyalty the fans of Newport have for this team. It talks about the bats set the tone early, and then the pitching, the relievers finished it off. 5 Ks in the last 2 innings. So impressive from the Gulls. Should be a great season going forward.
And with so many players not yet arrived here in Newport, again, only 17 on the roster coming in here tonight with several temporary players as well. Who knows what we could see going forward, as they already look very sharp out there tonight.
Definitely. Just the 2 relievers, Farrell and Simmons, just had excellent stuff. And Palms was great all night, so let's hope the pitching can keep going and the bats heat up when more guys start showing up.
Newport Gulls go on the road for their first road trip of the season tomorrow to Sanford, Maine at Good Old Park. We'll be on the pregame show at 6:20, first pitch at 6:30 as the Gulls take on the Sanford Mainers in a rematch of the 2009 Division Championship Series. Gulls continue on the road in New Bedford on Sunday as they'll come back home to Cardines Field to face the Laconia Muskrats on Monday. That'll be a 6:05 pregame show, first pitch at 6:35. We hope you'll join us then. For George Bissell and James Smythe, I'm Nick Lima here at Cardines Field. The Newport Gulls again win it tonight, 2-1 the final score. We hope you turn into our next broadcast. Until then, so long, everybody.
Thank you.